Okay, well, okay, let's try that again. Welcome, everybody. It is a special edition to Caffeine Corner. Yes, my layout is absolutely jacked. I do realize this. Everything just went to crap this morning. I apologize in advance. It is what it is. I mean, what am I going to do? I blame Cheshire. Good morning, Cheshire.
That is pretty jacked, but it was nice seeing that intro again. I haven't seen it in a while.
I love that intro. Yes. I you know what? I did 95% of that intro.
95%, eh?
Yeah, 95%. Yeah, I did that intro.
Who was the 1% that made the text from white to orange?
I don't remember. Was that your suggestion? I think.
No, God, no.
Oh, I don't. Like I said, I made that intro so long ago. It's been ages. Yes, I know I started off this muted. Like I said, it's been a technical nightmare this morning, just trying to make this happen.
Woke up tired today.
I actually slept for like 4 hours great. I'm in my robe. I mean, like legit in my robe. It is cold here. I woke up and I was just not in the most wonderful state of minds, to say the least. Oops. And so I couldn't fall back asleep. So this was like 4 o'clock in this freaking morning or something. And what it is now. So, I mean, I'd been up for a while. Yeah, it was a really pretty crappy night. But anyways, they don't care about that. They're not here for that. None of us, they don't care about me. They don't care about you. They want what we're going to be doing this morning.
The juicy nonsense that we're going to be looking at.
The coffee, not the tea. We don't do tea here. We do coffee.
Kano is asking for
I see. Make sure I don't want to put hide. I want to make sure I put the right one here.
That girl a wrench.
Yeah, well, she's one messaged me last night too. She's like, "Are you awake?" And I am now. I'm like, I woke up in the middle of the night, saw a message from her, responded to her, and she wasn't even there. So
it's her fault you're tired.
Why not? God blame somebody, right? I'm gonna fix this mic here. Anyways, go ahead and tell people what the hell this is about, because this is going to be one of the weirdest special editions of Caffeine Corner we ever had, because we're going to try to be explaining things relating to a lot of different concepts that we usually talk about, especially predatory behaviors and maybe a little gaslighting, I think, is involved, and a few other things. But this is weird. This is way more depth than I wanted to get into. But Cheshire sent me massive stuff.
This is the I didn't send you massive stuff.
Did.
All you had to do was, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if I would call that a mass, but maybe a tumorous mass.
Holy crap! Wait a second. Is that jungle jargon out there, man? There's a blast from the blast. Hey, jungle jargon. I didn't know if you were still alive, bro. Glad to see you.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome
to the shit show. So there's like, this is the definition of sliding in your DMs, gaslighting all your peoples.
Sliding in your DMs for $4.99. Sliding in your DMs for $4.99. Sorry. Come on, I had to.
We've been singing this morning. I don't know if you guys could tell. I'm surprised that we're actually I'm in a pretty good mood. I'm a little bit tired. I thought I was going to be the sleepy one, and I get in the call with Steve, and Steve's just like,
I'm still in my robe,
Good
dude.
Morning. Oh my God.
I'm like, oh God. I was like, oh God, I'm just going to blame Kano for waking me up in the middle of the night. No, I just, like I said, I woke up and I checked my messages, because I was like, oh man, I'm awake. And I get a message that are you still awake? I'm like, well, I'm not still awake. I just got up at 4 o'clock or something in the morning. Did you ever get that? Did you get that message, Kano? Did you get it, by the way? Whatever.
So I would like to present to you Negative Exponents. Negative Exponents has been around I've only been really aware of him for about 2 years. As far as I know, he's been around a little bit longer than that, from what I just kind of tertiarily did a quick little search to see like how long. And he's posting, doing different like flat earth debunky type stuff. And his sort of claim to fame was he slid into the DMs of JM Truth, lied to him, and made him embarrass himself with that lie. Weird, but kind of funny. Basically, it had to do with Negative Exponents told JM Truth that there was 20 seconds of footage missing from one of Red's Rhetoric's launch videos. And JM Truth, in his infinite wisdom, did not go and check to see what Negative Exponents was saying and whether or not it was true. And made an ass out of himself.
I remember that. This was a few years ago, but I do remember that actually happening. This was all true.
So what, 2 years?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more than 2 years, but not by much. It was around that 2 to 3 years ago, but it was hilarious because
2019.
Because it was like, hey, there's 20 seconds missing. Really? Yeah, Red Rhetoric is a lying shill for NASA. He edited his footage. He wants us to make believe the Earth is round. Globetrotters. Yeah, that was.
He edited his footage. Yeah, he put music over it.
Yeah, exactly. That big edit, right? Something that I can't even figure out how to do is put music over.
He put a title at the front of the video. What an edit! Oh my god.
Well, you know, corporate chills. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to. Hey, look, how long have Reds been trying to convince people that they're around? Come on, you know, we know better.
I'm kind of surprised that he's not trying to convince people he is part of NASA at this point.
Might as well. It'd be kind of cool if he was. I'm going to start that rumor. You know, Reds Rhetoric's been busy because he's actually working for NASA. He's working for SpaceX, NASA, and whatever other agencies out there. I don't know.
Blue Origin.
Yeah, Blue Origin. There you go. Yeah, he's in high demand. But so yeah, that is the background of negative exponents as far as I'm aware. That sounds all right to me so far. What else?
Apparently that was last year, according to Nikki, and Nikki would know.
I thought it was longer than that.
Well, I know he was around since around 2019 doing things, but the JM Truth thing, I guess.
All right. Well, maybe, like I said, my chronology sucks, so don't go for me when it comes to chronological things unrelated to legal matters. Those I try to keep pretty good, but
you got a little notepad for that stuff. So what we're showing on screen is just his Twitter profile. Before we're told that we are doxing him because he decided to put his location on his Twitter. But so I'll read it out. Negative exponents. I'd like to believe I have an equivalent to a graduate level understanding of philosophy, astronomically ethical member of the Church of Steve. He added that we did the.
He must have watched it the other night. Good for him. He watches my stuff. Actually, I know he does. He literally watches everything and follows my every move.
Okay, yeah, yes. He watches everything that we're all on, and like to a degree that's like
nothing creepy about that. And by the way, I apologize that we're not capturing the chat. Usually we do, but just the way the layout worked out. So it's still capturing on the replay. It'll still be there, but it won't be on the screen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's still there, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I mean, this is, I guess he's thinking this is some kind of slight to me for some reason. Can I just clarify for the record here, so people know how dumb this is? I have I would say an equivalency to a bachelor's, but not in philosophy. It would be in nuclear technologies because I have 124 credits that I'm only missing like 1 or 2 classes to get an actual degree from Regents University out of New York. Was it Regents? Yeah, Regents. Excelsior. I'm sorry, Excelsior. They have a coursework for what's called nuclear technologies, and I'm only missing like a couple courses. But I have 124 semester hours, which is enough for a bachelor's degree in California. So I mean, I have a lot of college work. I took like 4 courses from Texas A&M Extension. I had 3 years of College of the Desert.
It's at best a misunderstanding of somebody saying that, hey, I have a lot of experience in this field and it probably equivalents this, or I talk about philosophy a lot on Twitter, therefore I have. And it's like, no, that's not what Steve was ever saying. He actually has course credits of courses that he's taken and passed, which is different from I read a lot of things. I have actually shown, it's on my Facebook, I had a 4.0 semester average. I was on the dean's list in college. You have to pass courses to be on the dean's list. So I did have actual college courses, but it wasn't in philosophy. I don't know where he came up with that for. I mean, I have said that I would like to believe I have a pretty solid understanding of the basics of philosophy. But that's subjective, and maybe I don't. And that's also not saying that you have the equivalent of a degree in. No, I'm one person going around and saying, look, I am definitely a lay person. My whole thing on my channel is about a lay person being able to explain these topics to a lay audience. That's my thing, So yeah, it seems really silly that he just kind of think that's mocking. It makes him look like he's just like a weird. It's a weird trope that doesn't land, and it's like it doesn't like it's. I see what you're going for. I see where you're trying, but a little bit of effort, but you kind of missed the mark, And then astronomically ethical. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, believe me when I tell you how much ethical things concern me. I actually will care about that shit. Tell you what, you guys can see what is going on this Twitter and let you guys decide how ethical you think Negative Exponents is. Actually, let's get a poll going right now, and then we'll see how the poll looks at the end. So, chat, one in the chat if you think Negative Exponents is, he's he might be like a little bit trolly, but he's not so bad. 2 in the chat if you're like, nah, troll.
I'm just gonna vote in advance.
He's not so bad. He's like got the ethics of the average person, the average bear. Or 2, he's like, no, he's not ethical at all. So let us know what you think, 1 or 2, in the chat right now.
After reviewing this timeline, I have to go with 2.
Ahead already. You cheated.
I cheated. Hey, look, I mean, I'm ethical, but I cheat fairly. That's the thing. If you're going to cheat fairly. But I had no idea about his timeline. It was literally just started going a couple days ago. And hey, Steve, you got just go check out his timeline. I'm like, oh god, I know I've got a headache. I really did have a headache, and I'm like, I just not no. But you know me, the curiosity got to me. About an hour later, I'm like, damn you, Jesh, what the hell did you do? So.
Well, you were like asking questions about something that he had said, and I was like, "Have you looked at this person's timeline?"
No,
and
I never
like,
have.
No,
and, I wish I would have stayed innocent. The effery was real. I'm going to, you know what? In January, the first of the year, I'm going to actually try not to curse on this channel for a while. I just want to see what happens. I'm just my own. You have. I'm gonna go a month without cursing. I'm gonna try. You did a pure. What did you call it? Pure.
Decent December.
Decent December. So I'm gonna be like.
I'm gonna have blow my load January.
That should be fun. Boy, there is not a single one yet. Holy cow. That's already telling because I haven't even looked at this stuff yet. But anyways, like I said, I think it's a weird slight that he's trying to do, a weird joke that just doesn't land there. But okay, moving on. So let's just kind of go through this timeline because there's a couple things in here that I did see that I was like,
allowed to swear on your channel, or do you?
Yeah, you can do the hell you want.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, is hell a swear? Right. No, hell's not swear. Just trying to keep it to a minimum. A lot of my videos have been demoned. Not that I give a shit. It's just that I like one video at least not to have to have review every so often. All right, so what do we got here? Lead us in this.
So, did Katie Joy have any impact on your decision to stop supporting Steve? Yes, no, I still support Steve.
Yeah, so okay, again.
This was November 8th, and I would like to point out that around this time, he had a lot of people blocked that actually did follow Steve. So,
well, these votes are just supposed to be, they're not obviously scientific polls. They're just for funsies, right? And obviously they're going to be skewed because of the type of audience that you have and the type of people that follow you. That's all I just do it for fun. And so.
And this just gets weird. Let's just clear something up right now. Katie's comments absolutely had no bearing on her decision to part ways with Steve. She based her decision on Steve's actions that she didn't agree with. Same reason why many of us parted ways. Katie had no bearing on my decision.
What actions?
No, hold on. Katie's comments absolutely had no bearing on her decision to part ways with Steve. So the reasons why Katie said she part ways with Steve had no bearing on what?
That's good. No, seriously, I that actually. Why would not her own comments be the reasons why she says she parted ways? I mean, those are her comments, whether they're true or not, which are not. But I mean, that would be the reasons what she gave why she parted. So you're calling Katie a liar?
I don't know.
I'm a little confused here.
But also, Katie's decision to part ways with Steve wasn't really her decision. Because that all happened because of Kyle's decision.
A lot of it came from Kyle. Kyle was the catalyst of all that, yes.
And a lot of that this is stuff that Katie apologized for and then hid her apology.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's referring to. Steve's actions. What were my actions that you're referring to here? Me trying to prevent a dishonest partner from stealing my channel and $30,000 from me. I'm a little confused of how my actions had anything to do with that, but that's okay. Well, you're going fast. Are we just?
Sorry, I'm looking a little bit. We don't have to read through all of this.
Okay.
I'm just looking.
Yeah, get to the big points. Like I said, it's just so much in here. Pick something and go with it. I don't care.
Oh, hey, there's that thing about you asking about Katie's kid, whether or not he was actually medically fragile, and the terminology that Katie was using to describe her kid.
Yeah, and they still try to claim that somehow me that was going after her kid when I'm asking
He
about
did
the
not
term.
go after her kid. Here, I promise you, there are so many more.
There wasn't any more.
Which is why you only posted one, by the way, and also why you just posted a screenshot of Steve not going after Katie's kid.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had talked about it under that thread, but it was never about. I mean, nobody went after the kid. Nobody has gone ever after the kid. So negative is just fundamentally wrong on that. I mean, in fact, this actually shows that wasn't had anything to do with that. It had to do with, hey, this was a question that I'd asked about what being magically fragile. And by the way, Katie actually lied on that. She actually said that somebody had sent me this that I got it from somewhere. No, nobody sent me this video. This was from her channel, on her vlog channel.
I'll read out real quick what it says. Katie's son looks a very happy, normal kid. I really hate involving family and kids, but she claims he is medical fragile. I am certainly not an MD, and honestly asking what would make him medical fragile if this healthy looking, normal and talkative.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have multiple issues. Medically fragile, I read, is a very, very specific term.
Yeah, that was the pushback and the response you got, because you actually got answers to your question. People were saying, well, not all medically fragile children show outwardly their fragility. And I think that's totally a fair...
I do, but I still question because the use of that medical term still...
Because you're questioning her use of the terminology. You're not questioning the kid's status.
No, not at all. Not questioning the kid's status at all. This was never about the kid's status. I'm sure the kid... I'm well aware the kid has extreme medical issues. But I'm questioning her usage of that specific term, and that's all it was. And there's nothing wrong with questioning a medical term. I mean, how are you using this term? What specific things are necessary to qualify somebody to be medically fragile? But it wasn't going after the kid. It was questioning her uses of the terminology. I mean, I don't know why negative exponents couldn't figure out something so simple like that and try to make it into much more. That to me is trollish behavior.
So I'm asking in earnest, I really want to get as accurate results as possible to determine if his claim holds any validity whatsoever. If I remember correctly, negative exponents had his account privated around November 8th.
And worse than that, does he not recognize that these are obviously going to be skewed results because the people he hangs out with are just as much shitlords as he is? I mean, if I ran that same poll on it would be completely different. I mean, these are not accurate polls. They're not supposed to be accurate polls. Matter of fact, a lot of times I just use the poll to determine how many shitlords I actually have watching, because I know that if somebody says like no and the obvious answer is yes, I know those are probably shitlords that are voting on it. Or
they're your own followers trolling you.
Right, which by the way, I wish they would stop doing, because that's just
no.
Yeah. If I put a vote out there, kind of give me your own thing on it, but
it's skewing your results. No, Twitter isn't accurate.
Yeah, I don't use it for any kind of real scientific methodology.
But look at who he links to.
But he can ask an earnest, but when I ask an earnest question, he tries to change it to completely something different, which it never was. That's dishonest.
But look at who he's linking to. Fiona Robertson, Rape Apologetics 101.
Oh, yeah. Well, when she sticks her wee little head out. Yeah, good job there, man.
Oh no, the greatest source of all time. Some crazy bitch from Scotland.
She is the queen of Baba Yagas. Yes. There you go.
I have a playlist full of various streams. If you want to watch a certain one but can't find it, just let me know. Even the unlisted or private streams from YouTube, even Instagram can be provided. Dude's got an archive.
Yeah, good for him, man. I mean, I'm glad somebody's keeping my stuff. I mean, obviously I don't delete anything anyways, but I mean, Instagram, it does go away after 24 hours. But yeah, I mean, okay, if you want to dedicate that much time to that, God bless you.
Yo, to be fair, that's a lot of work, man.
It's a lot of work.
Like, that's a lot of work.
I'm fine with that.
My child was abused by Steve.
Apparently, he thinks that's perfectly fine for people to go around saying that people have abused people's kids. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and by the way, this is that post that I had. That is actually her reasoning why she thinks her kid was abused.
Oh my God!
Asking a question.
Look at this. They're all the tweets from the same time period, and you saying,
same exact
hey,
thread and time period.
Her kid looks like you're complimenting her parenting. You're saying you have a medically fragile kid. He looks fine.
Yeah.
Good job.
But that was certainly never to say that he didn't have anything wrong with him. I'm well aware that he has multiple issues. So I think they went out of their way to find shit that just wasn't there because they have a hard time contextualizing things properly. Because nothing in my statement was saying that the kid didn't have a problem. It was about the usage of the term, and I think I was pretty explicit about that.
Oh, look, he's posting to us right now.
Yeah.
Dude, you're not helping yourself by doing that. Here we go.
Yeah.
I would like to think I'm equivalent of a post-grad. I really do believe I would literally ace a philosophy degree track, but I am way too...
But my post-grad was talking about nuclear technologies, you idiot. in the subject that I actually went to college, studied in the Navy and took physics and calculus. It wasn't saying the post-grad in philosophy, you dumbass. I have 124 semester hours, which is enough for a bachelor's degree.
This is a matter.
Jesus
okay, listen.
Christ, man.
I'm going to be very clear
Learn how to
here.
understand what somebody's writing.
I can understand the confusion, right? I can understand why when you have such a hate boner and such a bias for someone, how you might read this as there's a reason that ellipses is there. There are two separate thoughts.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's why one of the reasons I use ellipses. Exactly.
Right, exactly. Steve is separating out, saying, I would like to think I am equivalent to a post-grad. Next sentence. I really do believe I would literally ace a philosophy degree track, which is why he then specified philosophy, but didn't specify it in the one beforehand. But I'm way too lazy to do so. Meaning he's saying that he's not educated in philosophy and probably never will be.
But if I went back to college and I did decide to go into philosophy, I think I would do exceptionally well because I had a 4.0 in college. I was on the dean's list. Wait, I gotta ask. You know me.
I'm really trying to give negative exponents
I want to give
the
benefit of the doubt. I'm
here.
saying, well, you know me. I want to give benefit of the doubt. What do you think on the outside chat? Again, we're going to be asking for some straw polls here. Did negative exponents not know that I went to college for literally 4 years worth of college, 3 years at College of the Desert? I took college algebra, I took macroeconomics, microeconomics, and some other course through Texas A&M Extension. So did he not know that I have 124 semester hours? I mean, I have my what do they call it? Transcript, my official transcripts and everything. So does he not know this? Press 1 if he knew it and he just can't understand things like this, or 2, he didn't know it. I'm curious because I think that he didn't know it. I don't know. It's hard for me to guess. But what do you think? 1 if he knew it, 2 if he didn't.
It's just one of those situations where it's like, listen, I can understand why you might misinterpret this, especially with the bias that you're coming into.
Right.
Right? I can understand that.
Didn't I say at the beginning though I like to think that I have the equivalency to a degree because I have 124 semester hours, which would be postgrad?
Right.
I'm writing a paper in philosophy that 5 freaking PhDs have evaluated. Not one of them has found a problem in the paper that I'm going to have published in an actual journal.
On top of that, why would Steve then choose to specify philosophy halfway through the tweet?
Yeah.
If he was talking about philosophy the whole time.
I would have said I like to think I'm equivalent to a postgrad in philosophy.
In philosophy.
Hello.
I understand.
McFly.
I understand why you might get confused. I can see why, or like the misunderstanding that could easily happen. But maybe don't apply malice to something
just makes him look like an idiot. That's what I'm saying. I'm still trying to figure out whether he actually knew that I had college education or not.
Well, and that's the thing. It's a matter of like you're attributing your bias, right? Negative exponents has a heavy bunch of luggage he's carrying around against Steve, and because of that he's reading into things that are not only not there but are not demonstrated and are actually debunked by the thing he's posting. Correct. This has just happened live.
Yeah, I know. It's like 13 minutes ago.
Studying philosophy in college is like studying medicine in chiropractor school.
Thanks. Hang on 1 second. How am I going to do this? I'm just going to hang on 1 sec. Hang on one second. Go.
Yeah.
Just talk.
So I went back to find this because I know Chesh will try and spin it and say that neither Menace or I would accept the invite. We tried multiple times. What? Neither of you reached out to me to join this stream that you're talking about. I'm not trying to twist anything. I'm just applying the standards that you apply to Unirock to show up anywhere to you. And you weren't invited. Unirock was the one that was invited. So why would you be reaching out to me on behalf of Unirock? No, Unirock was the one that needed to reach out to me. So that cleared that up right well and quick. I don't really give a shit what Negative Exponents or Menace was trying to do in that stream. Unirock was the one that needed to reach out to me to be able to come in, because Unirock needed to reach out to one of Steve's mods to be able to get into the channel, and the mod that was decided on was me. It's really that simple.
Can I show this so Negative Exponents can... Oh, I guess that echo back.
If you want.
Yeah, so Negative Exponents. What does this say? Certificate of Academic Achievement. Dean's List. Okay, there's a signature and everything that is an actual real freaking thing from college. Look at the GPA, asshole. Okay, so yes, I'd like to believe that I have a postgraduate degree because I went to college for 4 fucking years. Here's actually my certificate from Naval Nuclear Power School. There you go. One of the difficult academic programs in the military, asshole. And here's my good fucking conduct medal, asshole. That good conduct medal. So yeah, I mean, I hope you feel really stupid right now, Negative. I really, really hope that you fucking do. And there was my ship, by the way, USS Truxton. So yes, I was actually in the military. You know, does he even have the ability to even feel dumb at this point? I'm just kind of curious.
I don't know. I'm trying to be nice to him.
I'm not, because it's like I mean, when you go out of your way to try to harm somebody to the degrees that he's done, it's it's a little bit disconcerting that's his whole life is dedicated to misunderstanding, willful misunderstanding.
If they think for a second, I agree with making a claim someone is involved with the manufacturing of CP, you're sorely mistaken. And name that fallacy.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Nobody thought that he was. Nobody made that claim about him.
I think he's quoting you. I think. Okay, so you want to talk about people misunderstanding tweets?
Okay, this is a huge misunderstanding because I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah. So the other night, because of course he watches every single thing we do every time and records it and makes records, right?
Probably sleeps
you know
to
that
it
thing
at
that
night.
they say was so inappropriate of the Facebook group talking about KJ? Yeah, that. But it's like dude's a one-man army apparently. They're saying this is a quote of you and then saying name that fallacy. So you put the quotations in the wrong spot, dude. You should say, quote, if they think for a second, I agree with making a claim someone is involved with the manufacturing of CP, you're sorely mistaken.
I didn't quote that. I mean, that's not my quote. That yours?
Right. No, that it's close to something that you said the other night, where you were saying, I don't know if you said those words exactly, but you were saying something along the lines of that if people think that I'm like related to the Nat situation, because we were talking about AZ, right, and all that, and like if they think these people, they're mistaken. That's not a fallacy. He didn't say they were stupid. And that would be a conclusion. This is not that fallacy. What fallacy do you think this is?
I have no idea. I couldn't even venture a guess. Look, we got really smart people in the live chat. What fallacy do you think he's talking about? Because I have no freaking idea. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bizarre. And by the way, Dapper Dino is a nuke too. And he knows how many credits you get for nuke school, which is about an associate's degree. I got about 59 credits, I think it was, if I remember back, which is halfway.
I imagine you can probably fluctuate on how
they get a lot more now, from what I understand.
And over the years,
and where you go, if I would have gone to Excelsior College in New York, it's literally like most people that went through the nuke program graduated Excelsior College with a bachelor's, and all they had to do was take a couple courses. But I think when I looked into it, one of the courses was on reactor flux densities, which I was not prepared to take a course like that because it was a lot of differential equations that I just couldn't remember or stuff like that. But Dapper can probably add more to that. Dapper, have you ever looked into Excelsior to finishing your degree in nuclear technologies? Because what I've been saying is completely correct, and he was next nuke as well. So sorry,
I'm still just really distracted by saying that somebody is mistaken about a thought that they have about somebody is a fallacy.
I don't know what he means by how that's a fallacy. Can you guys name that fallacy? Come on.
And anybody name this. Letty in the side chat says they're more willing to think that Steve is a master forge master than they are willing to believe.
Oh, they don't think those things are real? Like seriously? Like I've kept this around wherever I go. I mean, look at how old this is, man. I mean, this is where I keep my documents, my important documents.
Obviously, you faked it 200 years ago while you were still locked away in the internet and falsely aged it. You know, the same way Satan plants dinosaur bones.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so what else we got here? Moving on here.
Just for the record, Steve McRae, that was not my account in the stream. I took a screenshot of my account in the stream when it happened. Also, I never said anything about her looks. I also defended her, saying I thought her haircut was cute. No need to make fun of another's looks.
Now let me point this out here real quick. I actually retweeted this, and I actually gave this asshole a benefit of the doubt because I'm not a troll like him, and so I was like, okay, this is what he's saying was in his account. I'm gonna give him, at his word for it. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And I still believe that. I believe that he's probably telling the truth. But this idiot doesn't fucking want to give me the benefit of the doubt when everything I've been telling from the beginning has been true, but he wants to find fault with shit, even though he doesn't seem to be able to contextualize things very well. That seems to be a little bit of, what's the word? No, there's no reciprocity there, you know? But I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy.
You're saying that you're willing to give him the benefit of the doubt about this, even though, okay, can I break this down real quick?
Yeah, please do. Can you Cheshire speak it?
I took a screenshot of my account in the stream when it happened because you guys aren't known for being logged in on multiple accounts at a time on multiple devices and talking to yourselves. Like,
is that what they do? I know. I mean, I don't think he does, but I know that people do.
We caught Agrippa doing that.
Agrippa has done it more than once.
That. I'm pretty sure we caught Vincent Jones doing that.
Yeah, I remember he did too.
To log out.
Yep.
So your screenshot is not going to be convincing.
So wait, are you saying you're not giving him the benefit of the doubt?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
So here's I'm the guy that he's dedicated his life to on his Twitter here, and yet I'm more willing to give this dude a benefit of the doubt than Cheshire is, and yet I'm the bad guy. I'm the worst person on the planet according to this guy who, for some reason, because I have 4 years of college, I can't say that I think I have an equivalency to a bachelor's degree, which would be postgraduate, in a field that I actually studied.
So Negative Exponents also jumped to a conclusion over here saying, I never said anything about her looks claim. All right. He's saying, I never said anything about her looks. Also, I defended her, saying I thought her haircut was cute and no need to make fun of another's looks. Well, I appreciate that, but that wasn't what I was referring to in the stream. What I was referring to was this.
I think that's referring to your looks, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure that's referring to my looks.
Yeah. Wait, did he say he wasn't referring to your looks? Because this pretty much looks like he was. I mean, again, I'm willing to give the guy principle of charity, but he's going to point out contradictions. That kind of looks like there's a...
Also, I never said anything about her looks. No need to make fun of another's looks.
Now, he could be talking... He never made fun of your looks on a fake account, but that's not the claim here. So, I don't know. I'm giving a little principle of charity, but I can only go so far. I think you're kind of mocking her looks here.
Why would a fake account have anything to do with that? That was a totally separate... That's a totally separate tweet.
Yeah.
Totally separate tweet.
Unrelated. That's true. Yeah. Never do this again.
This would be what I was referring to. So I believe you may or may not have been caught in a lie.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you might have forgotten. We could give you the benefit of the doubt and say that, you know what? Maybe you forgot that you posted this.
That's silly, Chesh. That would mean that we actually have to take a high road and give people benefit of the doubt and principle of charity, and recognize that people do forget things, and people do have a hard time remembering 2,000 fucking things that they say. A year videos. I mean, literally, I got 2,000 fucking videos. People expect me to remember every goddamn thing. The problem is if you actually look what I hear and what I say and put it in context, it's very, very contiguous. It makes sense if you understand the context, but they don't do that. They take Captain Clippies and go, oh, look, Steve said this here and said this here, but those were unrelated because they were talking about different things.
I'm just saying that it seems to me that if they're so willing to call you a liar over their misunderstanding, or you misspeaking, or you misremembering something and then correcting yourself when you remember what's gone on,
That happens more and more.
surely Negative Exponents is now just a fucking liar forever, and we should just go
I'm
after
going to dedicate
him
my
for
life.
everything he
Yeah, I'm going to dedicate my life and my Twitter to trolling Negative Exponents because he clearly lied here. He's a liar, 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 pants on fire. Because that's how it works, according to his worldview.
Well, I mean, if this isn't body shaming, I don't know what is. This was completely unprompted, by the way. I haven't done fucking anything to this.
Yeah,
guy.
that is because I mean, I guess he's talking about your whiteness, powder.
He's talking
hair,
about my whiteness.
you know,
He's
everything.
also like just talking about like that I should not present myself in this way ever again, implying that I'm horrific in some way, shape, or form.
Hey, look, I think you look cute there. Okay.
Thanks.
And by the way,
like
Smitty, this would kill
That's like
Smitty. Because Smitty, when you do one shoulder, Smitty loses his shit. Two, you're going to kill the guy.
I do.
This is attempted murder on Schmitty right here. It's attempted murder.
I like the face that I'm making in this screenshot because it's kind of the face I made when I saw this tweet.
It reminds me. Well, no, it reminds me of that meme where you have that woman. I don't remember exactly what she was looking at, but she was just like, and then like the next one she's like,
yeah,
I don't remember what she was looking at, but you know,
yeah,
it was like,
yes.
So
I don't know. Does this fall if we wanted to? Like, let's take a page out of Negative Exponent's book and say, all right, we're going to assume that he is the worst person in the world and means all the malicious things he possibly could. So we're going to treat Negative Exponents the way Negative Exponents treats Steve for a second. We're going to look at this. So he said he never did something. He clearly fucking lied, right? Straight up liar. He's just trying to hide what he actually did, and he's trying to hide the way he treats
What's
women.
the date on that?
And the
Do
way
you know
he
it?
talks about women.
Do you have any?
And
You have the date?
What of this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the late October. I can probably find the
No, just okay. You don't need this. Okay, just approximate. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So this is the way Negative Exponents treats women. This is the way he's into fat shaming. He's into shaming the way people look. He's into shaming people for being too thin. He's shaming my hair, my glasses, the fact that I'm wearing a necklace. He's also, I don't know, does racist fall under here if we're going to take the worst possible way, if we're going to treat Negative Exponents?
Might as well. We're using his playbook.
He seems really interested in how pale my skin tone is with that powder comment. So also, I mean, I might be trans according to a lot of these people. So, you know, maybe calling me sister is kind of like not a cool thing to be doing. So he's transphobic, racist, hates women, hates men, and is a body shamer.
Read what Aaron.
And a fucking liar just off of these two tweets.
Read what Aaron. Two tweets. We're not even. We haven't even got into this yet. She's got like 1,000 screenshots to get into here. We're like barely scratched the surface. But read what Aaron just wrote.
Why is it every time I'm in Steve's chat I end up talking about cocaine?
I don't know. I've never done cocaine. I don't know. I have nothing to do with cocaine. Cocaine would probably kill me if I ever tried it. My heart wouldn't be able to take it.
I know you're watching, and what I'm doing right now is being facetious, and I'm being hypothetical. We're not actually calling you a racist.
We actually have to explain this to him so he recognizes that. That's sad.
I'm not accusing you of being racist. I'm not accusing you of being transphobic. I'm not accusing you. I mean, you are trying to shame me here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a little bit of shaming here. Yes, that is accusatory, but it has justification for that. That's more than just you being, you know, a little satirical.
You are trying to body shame me, but I am also not willing to say that you treat every person or every woman like that. I might be a special case to you.
You're not trying to generalize. Oh, okay.
Although it's kind of weird because this isn't like the only tweet that is kind of weirdly sexual and like getting attention, like him wanting to have my attention. There's like a couple of weird ones. We may or may not get to those, but it's kind of weird, dude.
You guys don't even know how much coffee I drink in rock stars, and they're telling me to try to do cocaine. You would know what I would be like if I tried to take cocaine. But no, I'm too high strung as it is sometimes. After
feline, it is a hypothetical because I'm saying hypothetically if we were to treat
yeah, I get it. All right, so continue on.
The way he treats Steve.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to go around making these accusations about you. We're not going to go around and do the thing that you do to Steve to the point that you're trying to do it on his while we're talking about
While we're
this.
live, show it. He shows something that actually doesn't show what he thinks he's showing. Once again, let me point it out to you there, negative exponents. I have a college motherfucking education. I'm not an idiot. I took a lot of coursework. 4.0 GPA. Okay, yes, it was some years ago, but whatever. Asshole. I mean, it's like, damn. It's like you're shaming me. Oh, this one's great. I love this right here. Can we make that bit? Can we play that so they can hear it? Is it possible?
We can try and see if we get audio.
Jenna.
Trying to steal your channel and helping steal $1,000 from you. Denied ever saying this. It's true. By
Where
the
was
way,
this
not a
receipts?
KJ.
Yeah, I've never seen receipts of that. I've never accused her of that. Now,
I think Katie is the catalyst of all this because Leslie's a good person. Kim's a good person. Jenna seems like a good person. I just recently met her. But these are good people that are at each other's throats because of one freaking person. That same person that destroyed my freaking channel and gave me a strike on it. The same person who literally helped a person steal $60,000 from my fans. Oh my God, he caught me. No, okay. What's funny is this has been long since explained because when you go on a channel, right, and you're being interviewed, you hear what they're saying. But I was referring to the first part of this. Katie has gone around and said that I had accused her of, quote, stealing $60,000 and stealing my channel. Her, not Kyle. Her. That's
Right.
what I was denying. I have never said, because Katie actually has put this, I think, in one of her affidavits or something like that. She actually said that I accused her of stealing the money, stealing $60,000. There's a screenshot somewhere of that. This is what I'm denying. Yes, she helped Kyle do it indirectly by falsely accusing me of things, which means it emboldened him. That's always been my argument. That is always what I've been saying from day one. So when I was talking to AZ in a very, by the way, hostile environment, I was asking her, I have never said that Katie stole any money. I have never said Katie stole the channel. So I was referring to that first part. I didn't get to the second part. We didn't even get into it by me trying to explain to her, oh, yes, but yes, I do feel, and I always have felt, that Katie has helped Kyle get away with it because she emboldened him by lying about this. This has been consistent. My audience has heard this before. So you think that you got me and it got me rather than just go, oh, let's give Steve a little principle of charity. What is consistent about what he's been saying before. So yes, I do think she helped him. I've never denied that. I wasn't referring to that when I had said that I've never said that. Where's the receipts for that? Because I was talking about Katie saying that she stole the channel, that she stole the money. He has accused me of stealing $60,000 with her words, I believe, verbatim. He has accused me of stealing $60,000. I believe that's exactly what she put in one of the tweets or in one of the affidavits. So do you not see the issue there, negative exponents? But playing a game of gotcha doesn't really work when you do Captain Clippy. You're not Nate the lawyer. You don't do clips as well as he has, because at least his ended up in a lawsuit.
He still doesn't do that good of a job.
No, he doesn't, because again, people recognize that he did do Captain Clippy. But
yeah,
this is such bullshit that he thinks that this somehow caught me in some kind of lie when the receipt that he showed wasn't talking about the fact that Katie had accused me accusing her of stealing the money. I do feel like she helped Kyle. I've always said this.
That's never changed.
This is why you ask for clarification. This is why you don't do shit like this, negative exponents, because you end up looking like an idiot when you go out of your way to try to find contradictions that don't exist. We got a super chat.
EMP for 5 said,
thank you for the $5 pound. Thank you for the $5 pound.
Sliding in your DMs, gaslighting all your peoples.
Gaslighting all your peoples. I can't stop this. This is too. I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this whole stream. I'm just sorry. This is gonna be a thing. If you want a super chat, we're gonna sing it, because why not? Only this. Never gonna do it after this one though. Never again. I don't
EMP
think,
for 5 says, prediction, Neg is about to claim. Do you think anyone without a college degree is an idiot?
Where the hell? I don't have a college degree. That would be that I'm an idiot. That means that Cheshire is an idiot.
that would be like the biggest brain move ever.
Big brain there move. Okay.
I love it.
I mean, let me just ask the audience: Have I said anything different that I do think that Katie helped by lying, Kyle emboldened him and get away with this? I don't know when I have said otherwise, but I never said that Katie stole the money, because her allegations was she stole the money. that she stole the channel and that all this other stuff that wasn't true. I wasn't talking about her. And I do believe that both Katie and Kyle are catalysts, but for very different things, right? Kyle was the original, right? I mean, Kyle was the originator of all this shit for the most part.
Feline makes a good point and says, may I point out that Neg never specified what he had supposedly never said? How many times have we heard him say he never said this? Never said what? Yeah. Never said that Kate, because the clip you showed was Steve saying that KJ helped Kyle.
That part was true. Yeah, that I agree with. I never denied saying that part.
Right, exactly. Said that. So what are you saying he's never said? Are you saying that KJ shared receipts of you accusing her of trying to steal your channel, and then Steve said, I've never seen the receipts for that.
She's never tried to steal my channel. I said she tried to help Kyle indirectly. But she never tried to steal my channel.
Stop interrupting me.
I'm caffeinated as fuck right now. That's the name of the show. We're gonna call it Steve Gets Caffeinated. You know what? Steve
is buzzed.
I'm so buzzed right now. I had to wake up this morning, dude. You see me drinking coffee. I mean,
he was tired in the call at the beginning.
Left in there, but that actually is coffee. Wait, can you see?
Oh shit! You're saying.
I need a new keyboard. Hey, for Christmas wish. I need a new keyboard. I actually got it on my desk. So.
Steve is gonna put up a $40,000 GoFundMe for a new keyboard.
No, I don't need a new keyboard. I like this one.
So, okay, so how many times have we heard him say he never said this? You mean that he never said that Katie directly tried to steal the channel? Because then you played a clip of Steve saying that she helped Kyle. So that's not Steve saying what you're implying that he never said.
Yeah, I mean, I understand there's a disjunction there, and again, you're being interviewed in a very hostile thing, and I from what I remember, I wasn't reading any of this. I mean, really, I was kind of just like focusing on what she was saying and stuff like that. But it was the way I'm interpreting what she was saying was that Katie had accused me of accusing her of stealing money, which was never the case.
Ink Boy for 22 months member says, will you sing memberships too, like this one? Because if yes, then we're no strangers to love. You know the rules.
But so and so do I. It's a conjunction, sorry. And so do I.
Steve basically has a degree in musical theory.
I took music theory. I swear to fucking God, I did. I took music theory in college. I can tell you the difference between a harmonic minor and a melodic minor, and modes and mixolydian and fitzgerald and Dorian. I took music theory. I did so long ago. I don't remember much from it. But the circle of fifths and.
He's basically got a PhD.
Equivalent, because I know what the circle fifths is. I have a PhD in music theory. Yes.
I know that. You can play a lot of notes at the same time on a keyboard. I basically have a degree in philosophy.
I used to play a little keyboards. Moonlight Sonata, for Release, Subdivisions by Rush, that kind of basic shit. But it's like generally speaking, most people don't know like modes, right? Because they don't take music theory. And I happen to like Baroque. I happen to like Mozart and Bach.
Okay, nobody cares.
But
nobody cares. This is back to the topic.
Oh, I'm gurning like Kyle. I'm starting to look like Kyle.
So mad.
Okay, go ahead.
So you've got him trying to present that Steve said this thing. Then he posts a clip of you not saying that thing.
Well, again, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. This was a conjunction. I was referring to the first part, not the second part. And so he was just taking one half of the conjunction. Rather than the whole, because I never said the first part. I never said that she took that money, right? And Jungle Dog it's triple lit, by the way. Paradiddle, triple lit. Rose, let me do this one. Rose, okay. Thank you for the $5.99. Sorry, chat, I just had to. You can sing it. Sorry, chat, I just had to.
No, sing it like it's never gonna give you up.
And never gonna give you sorry, chat. I just had to.
There you go. Sorry, chat. I
Sorry,
just had
chat.
to.
This is going to be so deleted when we're done. I'm not letting this stand. I'm just not.
You're just like, look at it. We spent all this time talking about negative exponents, except we're actually just singing. It's just the whole stream's actually just a rickroll.
Ginger Lynn says, surprised that Steve, not surprised Steve likes Rush. Any chance he likes Tool as well? Yeah, Tool's fine, but I'm a huge Rush fan. I mean, I grew up with Rush. I was known as like the Rush man in high school. I mean, I was huge.
Rush man.
That was my nickname, was Rush Man. I loved Rush. Still love Rush. I mean, when Neil Peart died, my childhood ended.
Insert your jokes here about Steve being fast in sex.
What the hell? How's that get out of Rush? Oh, Rush. No, really? Yeah.
The Rush Man.
Yeah, the Rush Man. I get it.
Come on.
Copyright struck by Rick Astley.
On the run. Oh no.
All right,
Anyway,
moving
the
on.
point is that like I you know what? I'm gonna give negative exponents a little bit of props here. At least he did play both clips it seems a little bit
bar
less
solo.
contextual. The
Bar
it's so low.
solo.
It's so low.
Yeah.
All right.
Ink Boy asked me if I know about a band called Ginger. No, I do not. I haven't heard of them. I can look them up.
It looks like he's trying to get in with T-Spiracy because, they're all buddies over on Unirax channel now.
Helios, I joined this stream at the exactly wrong time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
It's the best time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll give him credit. I mean, he tried. I mean, it was an effort given. But I mean, again, had he... I don't understand is this. If he has followed me so intently for so long, because apparently, I take up a huge space of occupancy in his mind, he would have already known my positions on this stuff. I mean, he would have known this is something that I've said multiple times about how I think not just Katie, but I think all the co-hosts enabled Kyle and emboldened him to do what he did.
I don't understand why you need to make up additional accusations, right? Like, if Steve is this bad guy, why do you need to put in this extra effort and twist onto things? Like, Pepsi was fine. You don't need Pepsi twist.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. Like,
I do like Pepsi twist,
like
though.
Steve believes the Earth is flat, therefore, and go like that. I can understand that, right? But I don't have any weird beliefs that I think of. I mean, I don't think I'm extreme on anything. I'm pretty centrist on most issues. And I certainly haven't done anything to warrant this level of dedication by a supplicant, because I mean, he's part of my Church of Steve, I guess, now. So I mean, it's own words in his bio, isn't it?
Don't forget to send him a Slurpee, Steve.
No, it's not a Slurpee. It's AM PM. What do they have? Do they have Slurpee? They don't have Slurpee.
I don't know. I don't have. I mean, Canada. I don't have that here.
Yeah, it's again, our headquarters are going to be an AM PM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we got here? What's next?
This is like an Emily D. Baker thing. Come on, guys. Emily D. Baker wasn't referring to as RO. You gotta stop constantly playing the victim card. Everyone knows the truth by now. It's just getting plain embarrassing. And then I don't know why this tweet is unavailable, but
he would know that I never had an RO, and this has nothing to do with the Rittenhauer case.
Yeah,
I never had an RO. Okay.
Oh, it's because of this. This is still related to Steve. Son of a bitch.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
I was hoping we had something not related to Steve.
So wait, Nate beat Steb in a debate. I've never debated Nate Brody in my life.
Emily Baker didn't respond to tweets defaming and lying on Nate.
Well, that's
she did.
She kind of did, but she didn't take action on it.
Well, she said the only reason it's questionable that she didn't take action on it was because she said she was going to take action on it.
Yeah, she said she would look into it. She never did. And Nick Rakita, he just
trolled and lulled Steb.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, he asked me questions in earnest. I answered his questions in earnest, and then he was like, whatever. I don't care. Nate's a liar. Okay.
I don't know if that's a troll though. Like, he didn't troll you. He just took your information and decided.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'll give the guy benefit of the doubt on that.
I mean, that dude has some things that I've seen him cover in the way that he's covered it, and he's done some really cringy and very he does not exactly treat people very well. I'll put it that way. If you're curious, look at his coverage of the Vic Mignogna situation. Vic Mignogna is a voice actor that has a lot of allegations and got fired by Funimation. Rakita Law has covered that in defense, like very biased, like it is a very biased coverage. For whatever reason, he may have had very good reasons for having coverage leaning in one direction. I don't know, but if you're interested, you can go and look that up.
Yeah.
Result: an upcoming Big Mac attack on the legal Eagles.
I don't know what the hell that means.
We don't care.
Yeah. I have no idea what that even means. V-Line says, at best, a discussion with Nate on atheism bit in which Nate got his butt whipped by Steve and actual philosophers. Yeah, that wasn't a debate, though. That was literally him coming on to have a discussion, which I said I was never going to do with him, but I did anyways with Burt Poole. And me, Burt Poole, who actually I would consider to be an actual philosopher. He knows this shit exceptionally well. Yeah, he got annihilated. I mean, just got completely annihilated. But that wasn't a debate. I mean, when I say debate, I mean literally debate. I've debated Wayne Fillmore. I've debated true empiricism. I debated Snake is right, and I've debated the Duke, and I've debated stated clearly's Perry. What's his name? Perry. What's his?
I don't know.
What's stated clearly's clear name? Perry something. But I mean, those are the people I've actually debated. So I've never actually debated Nate. There was nothing to debate. He's always been practically wrong, and his logic has been shit from day one.
And he knows he's wrong. He admitted to you that he was wrong. Correct. In DM.
I have that. He admitted, yes, you were right about the logic. Heretic was wrong.
Gordian knot. Yep. It's in my Gordian knot video. So I remember what this is. This is Manya saying that she was a little bit concerned about the direction that this particular group of lawyers has gotten together, and she's like, if this keeps happening, then they could be starting to sway cases, and that could be problematic.
This was not YouTube. My stream by then. I don't remember being in the stream.
No, this is on my. Okay. This is on my channel.
Okay, so this is on you. You take it because I don't remember this.
But you know what's really funny is that because of I'm going to take a guess about where this is clipped. Manya got pushback by the people on the stream where I was just like, I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. It would have to get like a lot bigger before it would be something that would have to be like hung juries, or that these YouTubers are going to start actually like affecting cases. But then they would just be treated the same way that a lot of media is treated in a case when there's a jury. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. And she agreed with me. She was like, yeah, it would have to be, she was talking like later down the line. And so, but the additional thing is that this is Menace saying that. Do you remember how Menace, Negative Exponents, Trio, Unirock all tried to intimidate a witness in Steve's case? Manya's concern is legitimate because of people like Menace.
Yeah, that makes sense. And by the way, I do know the Legal Eagle from YouTube. I've never watched his stuff, but I do know of him. But
oh my God, perhaps this is what triggered them, because of course it's all about them. I didn't watch this stream.
I didn't watch any. I watched one small clip of that case, and that was the judge yelling at the prosecutor. Other than that, I didn't follow any of it. So
let's see. I'm gonna play the audio.
So again, jumping to conclusions, Negative. This seems to be a trend for you for some reason, because I didn't follow the case. I can't hear it. Barely. I mean, I can hear it, but barely.
Temporary restraining order.
It's hard to hear.
Oh wow, they actually did reference us. They're referencing restraining orders.
Yeah, but
and temporary restraining orders, and Nate was like, "Oh, well, we know who to talk to about that." Meaning Steve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Nate got that because Nate the lawyer was wrong about the law. I mean, wow, that's.
This is the first time I've heard this, and it's like, well, now I kind of think it's about us.
And so the funniest thing was you had Nate the lawyer, and you had our friend who just recently passed, Tim, OPT lawyer. OPT lawyer confirmed that I had been correct all the time and said Nate was wrong. Nate said, we were wrong, but Nate never provided the evidence that we were wrong, and we did provide the evidence that Nate was wrong. That's the difference. Nate got the law wrong. Simple as that. If you want the evidence, go look at Feline's timeline. She has all of that. She unequivocally showed the evidence that Nate was wrong. Go figure.
Sorry, Negative. I can't see what it is. This person has limited their account, so I don't know. All it says is, quote, all I wanted to do was make a damn joke about a rock. I don't know what you're talking about. So sorry, we can't look at that one.
Yeah.
Is it acceptable? Is this acceptable by anyone's standards?
Yes.
Nate the lawyer, Rakita Media, Uncivil Law, Legal Bites, and Emily D. Baker. It is prob a little note, but when I report him to the bar, I will see about including it. But again, nothing will come of it. I just haven't been able to get around to writing my report.
Do I not have a right to report somebody to the bar when they have crossed the ethical lines that my lawyer has said they've crossed? I have an actual lawyer that have said that Nate has crossed ethical boundaries, and he will read my thing before I submit it to the bar, which I stupidly do. But I mean, I have every right to report somebody for the bar when they have crossed ethical lines. How is that not acceptable when somebody's actually done it and you have a lawyer agreeing with you?
Well, this is Negative Exponents actually going out of his way to tag all these people that he says are talking about us when he's trying to encourage them to talk about us. And then he's like, oh, look, they think they're talking about them. And we didn't even see that clip until we just saw it now on your fucking thing.
So wait a minute. Okay, now I just pieced this together because I never saw that clip before. So what he was saying was this. This is correct. He was saying that, oh, wait, they think they were talking about them. They were talking about us. And then he adds a note about me to all of them that thought they were talking.
Yeah, beforehand. He tweets all of these people in that stream talking about you.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
Then he tweets this thing about Kyle Rittenhouse. And then saying that we think that they're talking about.
I didn't even watch the Rittenhouse trial, so why would I think that? Again, the only clip that I really saw was the judge yelling at him.
It's not even the Rittenhouse trial. They think, okay, it's not even the Rittenhouse trial. It's this group of people
that group. I didn't see that clip.
Yeah, of course not.
How the fuck did I think they're talking about us?
Bizarre. He's like, Negative Exponents is going out of his way to try and get these people to talk about Steve, and then saying, "Oh, look, they probably think that they're talking about Steve."
One of them has talked about us, and by the way, I think a lawyer would, I mean,
now I kind of think that they were referencing Steve and KJ with TROs and HROs.
Yeah, sure, but unless you read what's in the report that I'm going to eventually put to the bar, I just haven't had the ability to do in time. You don't know whether he has crossed ethical lines or not. I mean, there's reasons why to report somebody to a bar. And when you have your own attorney in the case saying that this lawyer has done things that would be in violation of ethical standards, there's something to it, right?
Well, it's a misrepresentation, right? Because he didn't actually present the context to these people about what or why
I'm reporting to the bar, right? They have no idea why I'm reporting to the bar. I haven't even written it up yet. I'm planned to, but it's going to take some time. I just been so busy with other stuff.
Interestingly enough, this works. Who's he talking about reporting? Nate, on what basis? Yes. On what basis? Yes?
Legal bites. Why didn't you ask me? Yeah, what basis? Why didn't you ask me? Because obviously you can't put in a small tweet, what Nate did that crossed ethical boundaries. I mean, obviously. So why don't you come to me as a lawyer and say, hey, look, I'm kind of curious. You want to report Nate. Can I ask what the reasons? Yes, I'm happy to have a discussion with you on that.
LOL, what is he claiming Nate did wrong? He is trying to convince other people to harass Nate. It's what he does.
Again,
I was just thinking that his constant tweeting about reporting Nate to the bar is more about sending the signal to some deranged follower of his to do it for him. That's not how the bar
That's not how it works. How would somebody else report Nate for something that he did to me?
That's not how any of this works.
This is the level of dumb fuckery that
I mean, I've gathered that so far. I'm just wondering what he's actually saying to drum up that harassment.
There's been no harassment.
And then it's just all nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I will wipe my...
The amount of harassment Nate has endured for 5 years from a certain creator is inexcusable.
Yeah, inexcusable that Nate has actually lied about me for 5 fucking years. Okay,
negative. Your own Twitter that we've looked at so far has more about Steve on it than Steve ever has talked about Nate.
Correct. I mean, let's put this in proportion here, buddy.
You might want to put that into context. Steve talks about Nate because Nate fucked with him and involved himself in the case with Kyle.
There's a couple things I want to point out here. Nate, Treefield says, would you say I have the equivalent of a college degree in law? I'd say you have a equivalent of a college degree in law and a master's degree overall. And she also says, furthermore, Steve has never told anybody his Nate's bar number, so nobody can do it for them. Chess, I haven't asked you. I haven't given you his bar number.
No?
No, I'm the only one.
I have no idea.
I mean, you know, there are people that know it, but I didn't sit there and go, oh, here's his bar number. But no, I didn't give Chess or anybody else his bar number. Why would somebody else do a report that I'm reporting about me? It has to do with my case, right? I mean, that's just weird. So, and again, but you see how their minds think? See how their minds think, oh, they must be going to try to harass. It has nothing to do with the fact that maybe Nate crossed ethical boundaries. Maybe. I mean, is that possible? Negative exponents in your mind? Because do you not remember that Ben had actually said he had overheard Kyle talking to Nate, and when Kyle got off the phone, Kyle had said, hey, Nate has a great plan to try to get the default judgment set aside. Now, I will tell you this. I'm going to give you guys a little bit. Do you guys want a little bit? Chess, can I give him a little bit?
Well, I mean, I feel like negative exponents probably isn't going to listen to the victims in this case.
No, he's not, but I'm going to give him a little bit. I'm trying, if that has actually have happened, that I want in the settlement agreement with Kyle. That Kyle has to make what's called a confession of judgment. Okay? In that confession of judgment, he has to stipulate certain things. One of the things he will be stipulating is that there was no malfeasance, no fraud. Okay? It's going to be about $115,000 to $117,000 we've settled on. Okay? But one of the things that he has to stipulate is that there was no malfeasance or fraud. Because there wasn't. One of the other things I would want, but I don't know if it's the legal out of things, is I want, if there was any type of things between communications with him and Nate, regarding to Nate's involvement in setting aside the default judgment, which again is part of my complaint, I want that from Kyle. But I don't know if Kyle's willing to throw him under the bus, so I can't make any promises. But yes, it has been discussed in the settlement agreements. So there you go, negative exponents. See, you don't know what the hell's going on. You think you just never do.
He should be able to figure this out, because the answer is that this has been discussed on more than one occasion. Negative exponents, your friends harassed Ben.
Yes, they did.
Harassed him because of their involvement in assisting Kyle.
There you go.
Period.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not. Kyle actually, Nate.
Ben has explained this on more than one occasion. This is not speculation.
Negative exponents. Nate actually said Steve knows Ben is lying. Can you please justify that? Wait. Can you justify that? Because I never believed he was lying at all, ever. So Nate lied. Nate interjected himself, and he got information wrong about TROs and RO, where he misled people about the law, which is another ethical violation.
And
I mean, Nate wouldn't lie about that I knew Ben was lying, right? I mean, Nate wouldn't lie about that, would he?
He totally wouldn't say things about, like, have streams where he's in there where people are talking about how trying to discredit a witness and victim of Kyle, right? That wouldn't be a thing.
Never.
He's totally not just a drunken ex.
Yeah, that was one of the things that they were trying to discredit Ben on by saying, oh, he was drunk at the time, he's just pissed off, he's just hurt. This was a narrative that they're trying to put out there, trying to discredit Ben. A victim of abuse.
That negative you have assisted in.
Yep, you've assisted in that. You enable, think about it. Negative exponents, I'll just say it. You helped enable people.
PayPal Menace. PayPal Menace.
You helped enable people that ended up in the long run with a guy getting beat by Kyle. You should feel partly responsible for that. You and everybody else that ever enabled Kyle should have a modicum of responsibility for that. But you know what? You don't have the wherewithal to do that. You don't have the self-reflection to do that. You don't have the ethics to do that. And that's the problem.
Literally sitting around tweeting out the people that were harassing Ben.
Yep.
Like, you're like right there.
Yep.
Okay, PayPal Menace.
Yep.
This doesn't even say anything. This is just a tweet of a screenshot of Steve.
And by the way, I still stand by this. Remember Baba Yaga, Fiona was like, oh, Steve took down this tweet. He unpinned it. I'm like, I'm not going to leave the same pin up forever.
And then
but
he
I didn't delete the tweet.
He deleted tweets.
I even put it back up after, later on. I still talked about the Catholic Church the other day.
I don't understand what this is supposed to say. It looks like you were DMing somebody and you sent them that. Yeah,
explain it. Yes,
tweet
exactly.
And then said something to them.
Okay,
so,
what did I say that was incorrect?
I don't know.
Let's read this. Go ahead. Because this is important, because this is why Fiona Roberts came after me, because I went after the Catholic Church because they had pedophilic priests that they kept moving around, and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, imagine being upset that Steve called out pedophiles.
I know.
Weird.
I'm the bad guy for calling out an organization that covered up, spending billions of dollars to cover up pedophilic priests, and I'm the bad guy according to these people. Good job, negative exponents. Good job.
Oh yeah, this is the Ben. Talk about that. Yep, correct. That is the right one. Oh hey, this one again. Let's not forget.
So read that.
Negative exponents never said anything bad about the way anybody looks.
Liar, liar. Okay, read this.
To every Catholic who remains with the Church, you are complicit in criminal activities. If your God is a moral and just God, don't you think he would understand you taking a moral stance against injustice? If not, then your God is immoral and not worth worshiping anyway.
Okay, audience, do you find fault what I just said? Seriously,
is there a
problem with me condemning an organization that systematically cover up widespread decades of child abuse, and I'm the bad guy?
And you're also maybe calling that other people who are supporting these things should withdraw the support at least until they fix their shit.
They recognize it.
He's not saying don't believe in God. If you believe in God, you're assisting. No, he's saying if you're giving this organization money,
where's that money going to?
You're enabling them.
It's going to money to cover up this stuff. Is my point. There's a chain there, right? But read what I wrote in this DM, because I don't remember who it's from and I don't care. But
by the way, is what started this whole rape apologist shit from Baba Yaga from the GDCG Plus named Fiona Robertson.
She's the original Baba Yaga.
She is Catholic and was pissed that I called out the Catholic Church and those supporting it as being complicit in covering up the rampant pedophilia in the church and moving dangerous priests around. She and Nate then came up with the whole Earl David Warden shit to try to retaliate on me for that. That is the true story behind all of this. As I said, I don't give a shit about Earl David Warden. Wow.
Shocker.
I just can't stand when people don't do their due diligence to get their facts right and end up doing more harm than good. I was the one fighting against rape apologists like Fiona.
I meant I'm sorry.
You fixed it in the typo below.
Okay.
You have it so backwards, it's unreal.
And I'm the bad guy here. I mean, what does he think this is showing? This is anything is showing that I'm not the bad guy here, negative exponents. You're literally trying to defend the fact that you are going after somebody who attacked a church for covering up pedophilia, and you're making me out to be the bad person here. Do you not see a problem with this? Are you enabling pedophiles? Is that what you're doing? If we're going to be playing your game?
The thing is all you need to actually demonstrate that Steve is right about him saying that it was related to this first tweet, you can go watch Fiona's initial video where she brings the tweet up for no reason.
It was in her video that she brought this tweet up, dude. So everything I just said was exactly correct, because you can go to her video. She's talking about this tweet. Why would she bring up this tweet? Why? I mean,
it's completely unrelated.
And then go watch Calumny and Obloquy that Reds and Chess put out. Go watch the Calumny and Obloquy. It's great. But
actually, the Calumny and Obloquy video does cover this point exactly, and that video has yet to be debunked. So I don't know why this. What is this supposed to prove?
I don't know. I mean, again, I'm going to ask the audience.
There's no commentary. There's no. It's just a snip.
I mean, and by the way, it's it's so funny that people. I don't share screenshots, but people seem to like to share my screenshots to them, but they don't show what they think they're showing. But let me ask the audience: am I a bad person for condemning pedophilia? Am I a bad person for that? I mean, seriously, I'm curious, because if I'm going to play this little game that Negative Exponents plays, Negative Exponents seems to be going after somebody who's condemning pedophilia. So therefore, is he a pedophilic apologist?
He's defending pedophilia in the Catholic Church.
Yeah. So I'll just ask the audience, and we're being hyperbolic here, I get this, but according to his own rules, is he a pedophilic apologist? One, if yes, two is no. Using his rules. Again, we're not actually saying that. One, if yes, two is no.
There's another level of this too. This is an unprompted tweet from November 9th, bringing up something that has been addressed and dealt with for 2 years.
Yeah, and I mean, to what point? It's not even responding to anything. What does he think he's actually trying to show here? I don't get it. Because I'm going to say that he's by putting that out there, it seems to me he's trying to, on a timeline that's all about me, that's against me, he's trying to cover up pedophilic priests, maybe. According to his reasoning.
Wow, Steve, what a kind gesture. Demand an apology from Katie. She apologized for making mistakes about everything except the
Mistakes.
fact that he made her feel uncomfortable.
Which
No,
never
she didn't.
happened. Which
When
I have
you-
evidence never happened, Negative. That's why I'm suing.
To be clear, by the way, Negative, he didn't ask her to apologize for saying she made him or he made her uncomfortable. He asked her to apologize for accusing him of harassment. If she felt uncomfortable,
That's
that's
her
a
thing.
whole separate thing. That can be its own thing. And she can still say, "Hey, Steve makes me uncomfortable," and that would be fine, and she could have that conversation. She accused him of harassment.
And then she withdrew that and said,
Dumbass.
I never accused Steve of sexual harassment. And it was, oh, but I said that. Oh, but no, I didn't. I didn't accuse him of that. Pick a lane.
And here's the thing: she apologized for making mistakes. When you said it wasn't good enough, she deleted it. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, you're wrong.
You're wrong. That's not at all what happened.
You're wrong about 3 different
So
things.
many
in this
levels of
country.
wrongness. And it wasn't mistakes. She falsely accused me of fraud, medical fraud, sexual harassment, sending death threats. Sending death threats, dude. That's not a mistake.
Child porn.
I think that was more directly to Aaron actually than me. But who the hell knows?
It was all
It was all
lumped
the
in
group,
because Negative's group of people and Negative like to lump us all in with everything every single
I agree with
fucking
that.
time.
But yeah, so
So
somebody being uncomfortable, which by the way never happened, and I do have evidence of that, Negative Exponents, but you weren't privy to because, who the fuck are you? But I'm sure that her lawyer is well aware that Katie lied about all this. I mean, it's just beyond. She has zero evidence of any of this happening because it never did. But that's not a mistake, dude.
Yeah, one, that these are not mistakes that she made. 2, her apology was retracted because it was bringing negative attention to her channel.
That's what she said.
She said that.
She said that, dude. She said that. That was bringing negative attention to her channel.
She put that up, and then people started asking her who Steve was and what had happened.
Yeah.
She explained this. And then
Nobody votes anymore. Nobody knows these votes.
Steve never asked her to apologize for her saying he made her uncomfortable.
Because that never happened, but that's subjective.
That's subjective, yeah. He asked her to apologize for accusing him of harassing her sexually.
Yep. And I have defended that
Bro,
for how long now?
Hashtag I stand with victims of Steve. Way to match Negative and encourage, or way to match what's his face? Fucking Menace to Sobriety. And support what Menace to Sobriety is doing and saying and has been lying about everybody. Good job.
Negative
Good job
Exponents
supporting Batty and telling us we fucking murdered our friend, you piece of shit.
Exactly. I mean, Negative Exponents, I'm the victim here. This is what you're not understanding here. I'm the victim of false allegations. Whether you believe that or not, I don't give a flying fuck. But you're attacking the victim.
What shit-ass screenshot is this where everything is fucking half cut off?
I don't know. Yeah.
Dude.
But again, this is how long ago? And again, nothing in here goes against anything I've said.
Talk to Red's Rhetoric if you actually want to know the full and correct story. We never had a DBA, fictitious business license. We had what was called an NC, a general partner. How the fuck are you? This is November 9th.
Yeah. So what?
If you have a problem, take it up with a fucking judge at this point. Holy shit, dude. I like how you're just dropping this screenshot saying, "Wow, where to start?" But then you don't actually
start.
Fucking
What's wrong with any of this? What did I say that was incorrect?
These are just things that you're just supposed to infer what the hell the problem is.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying by this is what flat earthers do. Just throw things out there out of context. No?
Oh, look, I wanted it structured not to lose my medical. Yes, which is my business. I can only have so much.
Which is fine. That's why you take a draw, right? Structured is not the same as structure. Wait, hang on.
Wait.
I have to explain this because he's really not understanding basic things here. Dude, structured business, go look up business structure. And one of the things I did take in college was accounting. I took intro to accounting and accounting 1. I dropped out of accounting 2. I've always told people that. But there's something called business structure. And a business structure is how you structure the business. Not the same as structuring. It's not the Hoven thing, you idiot. When you have a business as an owner, you can take a draw. And a draw is your personal income, right? I don't lose my VA, but I had secondary, which I was concerned about because I want to see how it affected it. But it wasn't that huge of a deal. But my point to Kyle was, I wanted to know what was going on and how it would affect it before we went further any of this stuff. That was it. That was it. Not that fucking complicated.
You mean you
it
wanted
is my business, my medical.
You mean you wanted to do your research to make sure you didn't make any mistakes on your taxes or any mistakes in your medical? That's what you're saying?
Yeah,
wow, bizarre.
Who the fuck does that, right?
Yo, it gets better. Doesn't Negative Exponents claim he's an accountant?
Oh God, no.
Shouldn't he know this shit?
No, it does not. He would know. Okay, so I'm going to lose it here.
It gets better. Hold on. Take a breather for a second.
If he's an actual accountant, he doesn't know that there should be business structure and structuring are vastly different things.
Right. Okay, so this gets better. Look at the screenshot.
Yeah.
I wanted to structure it to not lose my medical, yes, which is my business. I can only have so much I can claim on my taxes, ellipses. Look at the next thing that he didn't underline. But I claimed every dime I got. I have no income from this channel.
Fucking dead. I'm fucking dead. I can't. This is it. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm done. I can't. No. It's stupid. It fucking burns. I can't. Dude, you are literally on the equivalence of a flat fucking earther, dude. Do you not understand at an accountant what a draw is? And I even have my messages to Kyle saying, I want a $1,000 draw, at some point when we were talking about how to do all this. So it was proper. So we didn't have any problem with taxes.
This is the guy who's in the group and encouraging and working with a group of people who's saying that Manya was lying about her education, and then in a side chat claimed to have gone to business school and then just tertiary on the side took microbiology. So there's 7 different things wrong with that. And at this point, I'm pretty sure from what we've just read, we can probably start questioning whether or not Negative Exponents is lying about his business education.
Yeah, hey, look, hey, Exponents, I showed you my certificate. Why don't you show me yours? I don't really give a fuck one way or another. I mean, I showed you mine. You show me yours. I don't give a shit. But I mean, if you're an accountant, especially, and you don't know the difference between business structuring or business structure and structuring,
kind of sus is all I'm saying. Just kind of.
But I love the fact I even say it here. But I claimed every dime I got. Nothing we did was illegal. Nothing we did was unethical. Matter of fact, again, in the confession of judgment, Kyle has to acknowledge this. Do you not feel stupid, Negative Exponent? I mean, do you not have a single shred of self-respect? I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm asking you man to man. Do you not have any self-respect? Because you really should feel like an idiot right now. You really, if you had a shred of humility and self-respect, you'd be going, fuck, man. I really had this wrong the entire fucking time. I'm an idiot. I apologize, Steve. I'm going to delete all this shit. And I'm going to start, doing something productive in my life. That's if you had a shred of ounce of self-respect.
Dignity.
Yeah. Helios, 575. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $5. I'm not going to say
fully agree with you, Steve. I stopped supporting organized religion for much less after seeing my church protect an abusive priest. He hit his wife and son.
Yeah. The church is a very powerful organization when it comes to that stuff. And one thing, people know the reasons why I left the Mormon church. Was because I didn't like the way they were involving themselves in government. And of course, obviously I thought that the what's called the Evergreen thing that they had with the Evergreen Project, where they had what's it called? The reparative therapy, where they, deconversion therapy of people, not being gay. I had a huge issue with this stuff.
Yeah, that's
huge issue with this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously later on, it was like, some of the stuff is obviously bullshit, but okay, well, most of it is bullshit. But
Steb thinks he can have a business that grows in value, but because he doesn't take any money out of the business, he is free to leech government money as much as he wants? ? So you can be a billionaire, but as long as you don't take any income, you can be on Social Security. Wait, before you answer. Exactly. It's clearly Shannon. The guy who's supposedly an accountant that took business.
Oh my God.
Doesn't correct this guy about.
I've never had Social Security.
And you being a fucking veteran.
And I have VA benefits, so I cannot lose my medical. I was talking about
I'm
my
sorry. I guess negative exponents in this guy are against veterans being paid out after they leave the army. Wow, guys.
Right, yeah, I guess veterans is considered leeching off the government, right? I can never see. Here's what he's not understanding. There was always that medical I could not lose, right? So the other one's just a matter of convenience because it's closer to me, and I was already trying to get an operation done, so I wanted to just get that done. And there was no money to be had at the time. We weren't even monetized yet. There was nothing to hide. We had like $100, $200 in PayPal. That was it. I was like, that's why I referred to. I was like, yeah, hold off paying off a couple $100. Who the fuck cares? Put it on the P&L when we actually start making some money. That's what I was referring to.
These tweets are from November 9th of 2021. This is from this year.
I know. This is long shit's been explained.
Explained so many times and we know that negative exponents has watched all of the shit.
So you think it's deliberate that he's deliberately trying to mislead people just to troll?
Yes.
I mean, it seems to be the case. I was willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, but this is just
I don't know if he's trying to troll. I think he's just trying to fit in with a fucking uni rock.
Trying to suck him off. Yeah, I agree. I think he's trying to ball like uni rock. But I mean, so far, I mean, seriously, audience. Is there anything that he has on his timeline that has been incriminating me so far that has not been explained multiple times? Honestly, I want if you think that it has, then don't support me. But I can tell you right now, I do still have support from a lot of freaking people that know people like negative exponents do this shit. What is that? What is that screenshot from Real?
No, that's the one telling us to hang ourselves.
Yeah. What, he has a problem with that? I mean, he doesn't have a problem with that? He thinks that's okay?
No, he's saying this behavior is deplorable.
So you know what? Why don't you go freaking spend your life going after Ren if you want? I'm not encouraging that, by the way. I'm being hyperbolic. But, you know, here's a guy trying to tell people to go hang themselves, and you're worried about me. What happened 2 years ago has already been explained, and there was no fiscal malfeasance. This has been well established.
Oh, here, he's having the conversation with Keon I was talking about the other day. Just for the record, Steve, it was not my account on that stream, blah, 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 blah. Keon said, no one has said don't make fun of other people's looks. Do it. No one really cares. Actually, to be fair, me and Steve have said on multiple occasions, you can comment on how we look. We don't give a shit.
Not at all. We've actually literally even said, unlike other shows, as hosts, you know, the other shows, they go, don't comment about the host's looks. We don't give a flying fuck. I just don't care.
We don't care. I don't give a shit about this except for the fact that it makes you look like a fucking creepy douchebag.
It kind of does.
And a liar.
Yeah. Well, it's a little more creepy because, again, he said it and he never said it, but he did. But, you know, using his rules.
There's the thing is that there's this other level here too of like misogyny, right? Of like, I'm sorry, what makes you think me showing up on that stream like that has anything to do with you and matching your sensibilities and what you find attractive? We saw what you look like in the thumbnail, dude.
Not much room to talk there, buddy.
Why do you think you're my type? I prefer people who can rub two brain cells together. Okay, thanks.
Her standards aren't very high, but you know, having synapses is important to her.
I don't actually have a problem with the way you look. I don't actually care about the way you look.
I don't care the way you look.
What I do have a problem with is you being a fucking little bitch asshole. That's what I have a problem with.
And by the way, we haven't even got to like the 90% we were going to talk about yet, Chesh.
Stop being creepy. Okay, no one has said don't make fun of other people's looks. Do it. No one really cares. But when people make fun of yours after you do this in the group, don't bitch and cry. Yeah, he's right.
Fair point.
I made the mistake of not telling you as a group this before, and it's not a uni menace or exile thing. I did it too and received criticism for it. I decided not to go too far as the rest of you did. I didn't call you out for going way too far, and I'm not going to call you out for it. Own it. Also, Keon, you need to give up on your mission. I think there's more than one tweet here that he said. Yeah, okay. You seem to have missed the point entirely. I could care less what she thinks about me. Then why
are you pointing it out to her? You know, hey, negative exponents. You cannot say you don't care about what somebody thinks, and then the first word in that tweet is Cheshire, meaning you're talking to her. You're tweeting this essentially to her. Hey, Cheshire, please, for the sake of everybody, no, never do this again. But I don't care what she thinks. But you're tweeting this to her. You're telling her this. Oh God.
How
This
desperately
is so
negative.
painful. I was not looking forward to this day for this reason. Just
Remember a couple months ago how desperate negative you were in my DMs begging me to look at your information for Sean, and then when I waited for you to send me the information for over a month, and then when you said it was finally coming out, so I waited live, so you knew I was there and waiting because you told me to be there. You were like, oh, she's harassing me for showing up to the place. Hey, I asked you out on a date, and then I stood you up because you were at the place I asked you to wait for me for our date. What?
Chester, did I tell you this? That I was not looking forward to this for a very reason. Inkboy, thank you for the €2. Thank you for the €2. Comment about looks Cheshire shows too little shoulder. Yes. And by the way, Raisin Girl. Hi, Raisin Girl. Yes, I saw your tweet. Or not your tweet.
I'll pull
up
a
there,
Katie
your
Joy
comment.
and start like futzing with my shirt and wear it in a way that it's clearly not supposed to be worn.
Smitty's just Smitty's gonna lose his shit. Stop it.
Oh, hold on.
But hi, Raisin Girl. You gotta put some powder on.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, hold on, let me
Too high.
There we go. That
there
should
we
make
go.
me look a lot more pale.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't listen to you. You know. So, boy, Smitty must be going crazy right now. He's like, man, if this was an OnlyFans,
Guys, I might be naked.
she could be. You
You don't know.
So, I mean, like I said, we haven't got to I don't think we're even going to get to the DMs at this point, but holy shit. But this is exactly the stupidity that I just didn't
Well,
want
that's the part that makes it like the additional bit of creep factor, right? But I'll finish reading the
to
tweet
kind of
and then
rush through
I'll-
this part then, because this is like, whatever.
You seem to have missed the point entirely. I could care less what she thinks about me. Stop strawmanning my claims. You didn't get strawmanned. I wanted it known that I wasn't using the sock she claimed. There was like 7 people who were like, "That's negative exponents."
Yeah. Digital Zero was the name of the sock, by the way. Digital Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never said anything about her looks like she claimed I did. That's not my style.
Okay, so let me do a little bit of Principal Charity here and then shit on him. I could give Principal Charity that he wasn't on that account, and I give Principal Charity he wasn't on the account commenting looks. But was the last thing that he just said in that tweet? What was the last thing?
I never said a thing about her looks like she claimed I did. That's not my style.
He's referring to the thing, but it's not my style. Dude, this is your style right here. What the fuck are you talking about? How is that not your style when you're commenting about her looks right there? Oh my God. Negative exponents lied. I think I should dedicate my life to have my entire life dedicated around him because he's a liar, pants on fire, dirty liar.
Also, Keon, you need to give up on your mission to appear you did anything noble. I don't recall Keon ever saying that, but okay.
Yeah,
what you did was scummy as fuck. What did Keon do? You jumped around multiple times, gaining confidence, then betraying those who confided in you. We got name for that IRL. Okay, so like I got a couple of things here. That's a lot of claims on what Keon has done. Keon hasn't sent me anybody's personal, private, or like shit that would be inappropriate to share.
Kyle, I will say this: Keon did have fake accounts that he actually did try to troll me, and some of those screenshots did end up in, I think, in the TRO. And I believe that was Kyle. I mean, I believe that was Keon. So that's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I agree. But that's not what Negative is saying. Negative is saying you jumped around multiple times, gaining confidence, then betraying those who confided in you. You mean like you did to JM Truth?
Slide into those DMs, right? So is a little bit of hypocrisy here then, my friend?
Mm-hmm. You mean like you did to Tina? You mean like you try to do when you slide into DMs of people trying to pretend like you're not fucking part of Uni's crowd? And like you did to Manya? Do we want to look at let's look at some of these. Let's take a look.
Let's do this.
Shall we?
I think we shall. We shall.
Shall we see if dost thou protest too much?
I think we shall.
That maybe this is his style? Negative exponents. I just saw a screenshot of a tweet you made. I just want you to know that I, for one, would absolutely care if you broke down one day, especially if I were to blame. I said, because it's about him.
Yeah, it's good.
Right? So
yeah, of course. By the way, hang on, I do know this is Manya's font. I've always known this was Manya's font, but it still makes my eyes bleed. So somebody's like, well, that's Manya's font. Yeah, I recognize that, but it's just, I hate it. I fucking hate it, but whatever.
Stop judging her, Steve.
I'm judging her. She just sucks. What is wrong with her? All right, go ahead.
I sent this via DM because I consider this a personal topic and it's nobody else's business. Read as, I sent this as a DM because I don't want my friends to be like, why the fuck are you standing up for Manya? This is gaslighting is what this is. I'm not, if you considered it a personal issue, why the fuck were you making fun of it in the first place?
By the way, Trish, I'm proud of you. You actually use gaslighting correctly, unlike them.
Wow,
because
thanks.
he's making her question her reality if this guy's really, doesn't want to do something public because he has actual concern, even though she knows that he doesn't. That's making her question her reality about him. That's called gaslighting. That is like literally one of the things that gaslighters do.
Now, if I am not mistaken, hold on one second. I believe, yeah, here it is.
And what's funny is sometimes when people do make people question things, they might actually be right. Like, for example, somebody actually, I don't remember who it was, but I actually gave an example of gaslighting the other day to somebody, and it said, look, because we all have this happen, I'm sure. Let's say you think your spouse is cheating on them, right? They come home with lipstick on their collar, you get weird texts in the middle of the night, things like that, and they're like, no, honey, you're just being overly paranoid, blah blah blah, and you're making a question of reality. If they're actually cheating, that is gaslighting. But they're not actually cheating. They might actually have a point. You might be misreading something, and they're not actually cheating. So gaslighting is only existing if that's actually the case. That's a very important distinction to be made, because I got to tell you, people have told me that I'm gaslighting when I was telling the fucking truth.
All right, so I'm gonna speed through this and then let you guys pick out things, and then we'll go back and talk about it. So we're not like taking them out of context or interrupting anything. Let's see the whole thing, Minnie. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's read the whole thing. All right. Negative exponents. I just saw a screenshot of a tweet you made. I just saw a screenshot. Sorry. Like, you were following her Twitter. I don't know. Like, of a tweet you made. I just want, or she blocked you and somebody sent her, well, you weren't blocked because you were sending her this message. This is weird. This is weird right out the gate. Okay. Sorry. I just saw a screenshot of a tweet you made. I just want you to know that I, for one, would absolutely care if you broke down one day, especially if I were to blame. I sent this via DM because I consider this a personal topic and it's nobody else's business. I'm not sure about you, but I've dealt with depression and anxiety all my life. Well, at least since my late teens. I humbly apologize to you about everything I said that hurt you in any way. I've just been attacked nonstop since I discovered the fraudulent fundraiser surrounding Sean. I know you have... No, you weren't, asshole. I know you have certain people in your ear that will support Reds until the end. Let me just assure you that he is so much different than most people see him. I had so many people reach out not to tell me about him, but because they were afraid for the people associated with him. I have so much to back this up. I understand if you don't believe me, but I really felt bad after seeing that comment and really do apologize to you. I hope you can accept it and we can move on. Burying the hatchet. Enjoy your weekend.
And let me say this. I've known Reds for a very, very, very long time. I have never seen Reds be dishonest. I've never seen him be unethical. If you think otherwise, that's your prerogative. You can fuck right off. But I can tell you right now, he has been extremely honest with me. And here's a guy that literally cares about a lot of things. And he does things very personally when he feels slighted. He got rid of Sean because he was personally offended and slighted because Sean basically, lied to him. I mean, it wasn't like to me, it wasn't the worst thing.
Sean took him for a fucking ride.
Yeah. The worst thing Sean did was,
and then left him hanging.
Yeah, the worst thing Sean did was he didn't own the fact that he lied about what he used the money for, which most people would have said, we understand why you did it. I mean, he could have got out from under that. But he lied to Reds, and you don't do that to a friend. And he left basically Reds hanging. That is every reason to shit on Sean. I was never close to Sean. I never was really friends with him. And just I really had no fondness for Sean. But here's him going into Monty's DM and going, oh, yeah, Reds is not the kind of guy you think he is because of Sean. Reds was really hurt by Sean. I mean, really, honest to God, he was fucking hurt. I know because I had to deal with the aftermath. So don't sit there, negative exponents, and think you know Reds. You don't.
There's something that's really interesting about this, though. He reaches out to her because he's so concerned that he might feel bad because something bad happened to her because of something he's doing.
It's about him.
He then flipped it around to imply that the bad things that were happening to her had to do with Sean and Reds, and that those people were a threat to her, and the people around Sean and Reds were also a threat to her. Therefore, the bad things happening to her are actually their fault, and that's why.
I'm going to just say this is predatory, that he's preying on Manya right here.
Yeah, and he's trying to gaslight her into how much I really do apologize to you. If Reds and Sean are the problem, because this has nothing to do with whatever you're apologizing for.
Absolutely nothing.
You've brought this up out of fucking nowhere, and it's creepy and weird and fucked up that you attacked her publicly, then decided that it was a personal issue, so you decided to not apologize publicly for the shit you did publicly, but to go into DMs to apologize, because now it's private stuff. So you treated her like shit, went into DMs, gaslit her, and then claimed that you have all these other things, which is, emotion baiting, like you're trauma baiting her, basically,
for himself,
because elicit sympathy for himself because of his depression and anxiety, which he may or may not have, and then saying you're humble, then start bitching about Sean and Reds as if that has anything to do with it, implying that she is getting treated this way because of her involvement with the people around, saying that the people around Sean and Reds are also bad people. This is fucked.
I understand why you. I
understand why
this is manipulative. Absolutely manipulative.
I understand if you don't believe me. I can back all this up. I'm not gonna, but I can. But I understand if you don't believe me.
I mean, this is some shitty shit, dude. Like straight up shitty shit.
Oh, it gets worse. Because guess what? By the way, please don't feel obligated to respond. You didn't get a fucking message fast enough.
2:30 and 6 a.m.
Yeah, because Monty's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
He's doing this at 2:30 in the morning for her.
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
Dude, you're some fucked up shit, dude.
By the way, please don't feel obligated to respond. I just feel it was the proper thing to do by getting in touch with you.
What a great guy.
Ew, why? Oh, what a hero.
You can slide in those DMs, because, it's all about him and how he feels to try to get Manya to somehow, think that Reg and Sean is the ailments for everything that's happened to people.
No. Sean and Reds are the reason why he was attacking her in the first.
Yeah, that's his excuse. Oh, Manya, it's because of Reds and Sean I was treating you like shit in public. And which, by the way, I apologize for, but I'm still doing in public.
That apology was genuine.
Real genuine apology there, buddy. That's how you apologize.
This is how you fucking apologize. This is what an apology.
You are a piece of shit, negative exponents. Let me just put it out there. You are a straight up manipulative, gaslighting, sliding in your DMs piece of shit, dude. I mean, again, I hope to God, seriously, that may or may not exist. You have the smallest amount of self-respect. Oh, it's just midget, just small, micro. And say, you know what? I've been wrong about this. Or even don't even have to say that. Just say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this any longer. I'm going to delete all this stuff and start again fresh. And I guarantee it, none of us are going to fuck with you ever again. And we may never fuck with you to begin with. But we're not going to bother talking about you. We're not going to be talking about the shit. Just own your nasty and move the fuck on with your life. Because you are a piece of shit. You might be able to redeem yourself later on. But what you've been doing is not redeeming you. You're doubling and tripling down of you being a piece of shit. And everybody's fucking seeing it. And by the way, this is one DM from how many do you fucking sent? That we're gonna try to get into some more, but dude, it doesn't get any better for you here.
He did this to Manya. He slid into AT2's DMs. He slid into mine. He slid into a bunch of people's.
This is you behind the scenes trying to do shit that literally does on flat Earth level to try and manipulate people.
You're literally doing the thing that you all accuse me and Steve of doing. Going into people's DMs and talking shit to manipulate people to garner them to your side.
And by the way, my responses to people are people asking me questions. They come to me and then I respond to them. You actually slid into her DMs to try to do this.
That after you fucking went after her.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty shitty, dude.
And when your fucking
her like that,
friends
that's pretty shitty.
Are also going after her, and when you're encouraging Unirock to go after her, like you help these people do the thing that you're saying you're apologizing here for, and you're not doing anything about them doing this. You're helping them do it.
Enabling them. If you give a shit about Manya, why you're enabling them?
You want to talk about gang stalking? Hey, let me attack you with my friends over here. They're going to keep attacking you, but I'm going to slide in like I'm the good guy and say that they're only doing this because of your friends, the people that care about you, and then isolate her out and then make her feel like he's the good guy helping her to then manipulate her.
Yep. All right, what's next? What do you got for us?
That apology was genuine. All I've done is gotten to the truth.
He hasn't got a response yet either, right?
Negative. Nobody went after you at all.
Nope. I didn't, dude. I didn't say fuck all about you. I didn't even see your timeline until a couple days ago.
The closest thing anybody ever did to going after negative exponents was Reds trying to get in contact with him when he said, Reds, get in contact with me so we can talk about the information I got against Sean. Red said, okay, and then negative never showed the fuck up. The only time people have ever talked about you is when you demand that they come and look at the information you have about shit, and then you don't show up and are like, they're harassing me, asking me for this information.
And then it's like, you're better than that, Manya. It's like, don't listen to the people that actually do care about Manya and love Manya and actually spend time with Manya and talk to Manya. You're better than that, Manya. It's like, who the fuck are you to tell Manya she's better than that when you are a piece of shit that doesn't know what it's like to be better than somebody else, because you're bottom of the barrel at this point, man. You're slipping so far fucking down, and you have the audacity to tell Manya you're better than that. That's pretty shitty, dude. Helios says try to super chat, but YouTube will allow. YouTube does that so often. I don't know. So he just wanted me to hear me sing, didn't he?
This is like, I am gaslighting you over what I've done, over what my friends are doing to you, and saying it's actually your friend's fault and you can be better than them, implying that this attack that's going on her is going to stop.
Yeah. Oh, look at Lemo says
he goes and joins up with them.
I'm sorry, but this is Red's fault. Meanwhile, Jason, slow drunken unicorn, urinal
drunken urinal corn,
yeah.
and then
negative exponents doesn't do anything about it. You're really concerned for her, Manya. The way Jason talks about her, you really have stood up and defended Manya, haven't you? Piece of shit. Rockstar Agnostic, $2. I really like this non-drama channel. Thank you, Rockstar Agnostic. I'm gonna ban you, by the way, because I know who you are. I believe who you are, but. You're obviously trying to be. Well, no, I'm not.
Amazing that some people don't want the expose.
So here's the thing, though. Do you guys remember the other day I even said, look, if people want to call it a drama channel, I don't give a flying fuck. Now this is a drama channel. Go for it. You know what? It might actually draw more people here. I don't care. I don't give a fuck how you use the word drama, because I don't use the word drama that way. This is exposing somebody who has gone after my friend. This is somebody who has dedicated their life to me, and I have a right to respond because I think they're fucking insane.
It's kind of weird. Like, hey, don't talk about me talking about you.
Yeah, don't talk about me. But you want to call it a drama channel? Yeah. So
okay,
sure, whatever. This is now a drama channel. Go for it. Come subscribe.
Letty says.
Thank you for the $2 to point that out.
Don't forget to like and sub, guys.
Like and sub.
Steve's drama channel.
New year.
Let's look at all the Let's look at the absolute insanity of all the fucking people that just do not stop talking about Steve.
Yeah. What's dramatic about that? I mean, don't talk about me talking about you. Okay. Sure. This is a drama. This is a drama / philosophy channel. Go for it. Spread the word. Steve has drama on his channel. Come watch, because I guess that's really popular nowadays.
Letty says, Neg, I'm sorry, but this is Red's fault. Meanwhile, Jason drunken unicorn did X today.
Yeah. And unicorn, unicorn. Negative exponents does nothing to stop Jason from shitting on Manya, because Negative is a great guy. Negative is really standing up for Manya because he cares about Manya's well-being and mental health.
Negative was responsible for Negative, and Unirock is responsible for Unirock. Negative is not responsible to stop Unirock.
I'm not claiming that.
What Negative is responsible for, which is what Steve is saying, is that you're his mod. You help and encourage him. You retweet the people that are doing this to Manya.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to speak out necessarily, but you're encouraging it, and you're being hypocritical by telling Manya in a DM.
Helping them. Yeah. You're putting these clips together. You're active.
He's literally telling Manya how much he cares about her in private, but in public, I'm going to shit on her, and I'm going to help Jason shit on her. Well, yeah, you are a fucking piece of shit.
Now we got this one over here. A story in 4 pictures, trigger warning, public shaming, private apology, classic gaslighting, folks. And then a link. And then that's the, this is negative exponents making fun of her for
shaming Manya, because he cares so much about her, because he suffers from depression. And again, I'm not going to say whether he does or don't. There are people that suffer from depression. We all understand those situations. Look, they're horrific, and depression sucks. It really fucking sucks. So if he really does, I do feel for him. Depression, nobody should actually have. It's a horrible fucking thing. I get it. My brother had depression. My dad maybe once or twice, and I've even had some issues. But you know, you just say that you care about Manya and then put like shit out there publicly when you're trying to love bomb her privately. That's manipulative.
Made it very clear that he doesn't actually care about Manya. He cares about how he might feel.
Right. I feel bad that I'm shitting on you, Manya.
Responsible.
Yeah, I feel bad that I'm enabling somebody by calling you drunk and urinal corn, and then putting up shots of people being drunk. I feel bad for myself that I'm this horrible of a person to you, Manya. Yeah, that's what he's saying. My apology.
And then when it doesn't work. When it doesn't work, and Manya publicly says doesn't get the response he wants, he does this. My apology was genuine this morning after seeing what you posted. If I were to learn something happened to you because of something I said, I'd feel horrible. No joke either. You are still doing shit that affects her.
Let me ask Negative Exponents this: do you think you're affecting me? Would you feel horrible if something has happened to me? Because you don't know what the fuck's going on in my life. You have no idea. I can tell you right now, things have not been very good. And I can't say that you're directly involved in that because I just saw your shit, but this ain't fucking helping. Would you feel bad if something happened to me? Now, again, I'm not trying to say that I'm ever going to do something like that, but would you feel bad is the point. You should. And so what you're doing is you're contributing to this shit. You're contributing to people going after people like Manya. And saying, "Oh, I feel so bad about I don't want to feel bad about myself that I'm treating you like shit in public. So I'm going to slide into your DMs and privately apologize to you and tell you, dude, you're so much better than this, Manya. But in public, I'm still going to shit on you." You have a problem with this? I mean, really? Oh, go back. So what was it? So what do we got? So more. What's this? Yes. You're muted.
He said, how about this in response to some other people? All those that are support and enabling Ren should be ashamed. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind that Negative Exponents not long after this, like a day or two after this, started condemning Ren because,
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
They need to reel him in as they are enabling him. As Ren has crossed lines he should never have crossed. As a father, I am disgusted. As a vet, I am sickened by his behavior. Enough is enough.
So let's put this in the context.
Yeah.
Ren had gone after, sexually, has explicitly talked about someone's children. Now, do I think there's a argument that he was talking about his wife, Ren's wife? Roadhog's wife. I think there could be some contextualization there. But regardless, he was talking about his kids at some point. Okay? And as a vet, her father, Mrs. Roadhog's dad, was a service person who passed away. And you're talking about her father and how disappointed her father would be in her. You don't see these lines being something to be crossed, and I'm speaking out about this, and I'm the bad guy, Negative Exponents. I'm the bad guy.
Then he tries to compare it to you, saying that Unirock has no honor.
He has no honor. So Unirock has no honor.
And he's a disgrace.
He is. This is my belief. I'm not allowed to have that belief. So what? What the hell is? As a veteran, I am passing judgment on another veteran that I know has no ethics. That to me is dishonorable. He dishonors the service by doing that. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't dishonest in the service, but after he's gotten out, he has been.
This is Negative Exponents going to defend Unirock, who's calling Manya drunken urinal corn. You know that thing he was apologizing about? Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Funny
Yes.
Thing that.
So I don't know what he's thinking he's trying to prove by again following me around and retweeting all my stuff. I don't see what he's trying to accomplish. It's not having the effect he thinks he's having.
Here's the how he tried to come towards me. Poor mistake, really. Poor decision on your part.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
Oh, let me point this out real quick before we go any further. When you start doing another tweet, let me know to put up my bar.
Well, we should probably wrap before that because we're getting close to the end. I think Manya's really makes the point well enough. I might go over some other stuff later at another time.
You might have a part 2 on your channel. That's fine.
We can have it, maybe. We'll see. We got some stuff in the back pocket. Because if you think this is all that there is with this guy, you are sorely...
we got to like 1/6 of what we had.
We are brushing the surface.
But let me ask you this, Chess.
You only looked at tweets from this past month and a half.
Chess,
we didn't even
Are you willing to? And we're going to get into this right here, but are you willing to?
Yeah.
If Negative Exponents, all he has to say is this, maybe I got some things wrong. I'm moving on to other things. And just fucking forgets about us. We don't talk about him. He don't talk about us. And life goes on. I think, again, what is wrong with that compromise? Now, if he's willing to do that, this will be, again, I give people good advice. This is beneficial to negative exponents because I guarantee it, there's a lot more that we have not gone over. And this makes you look like a complete gaslighting, manipulative, misogynistic piece of shit, dude. I mean, I'm just telling you straight out. This is the look that you're going for yourself.
Not a good look.
Not a good look, man. I'm willing to at least, because I haven't spent much time and investment about you. I'm willing to say, hey, look, move the fuck on and we'll let it go. And this is not a threat. This is not blackmail, anything like that. It's like, but we have a right to address things that you say. And so Cheshire has a right to continue this on her channel. But why would you want that? I don't understand. But Cheshire might say, look, yeah, he apologized. He recognized he might have made some mistakes. He doesn't want to continue with this. I'm done at that point. But you know what's going to happen? He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. He has to suck off Unirock. He's not going to fucking do it. But I will say this. If he does, I was the first person to tweet, negative exponents was a bigger man than I thought.
I can do you one better.
Okay, go ahead.
I can do you one.
Do
I
it.
can do you
Up me there, girl. Up me.
And I'm gonna put this up at the same time. Hey, negative. If you would want to, I've been very charitable to you over this.
Yes,
I have been very charitable and very nice to you about this, and keeping in mind that you people on the internet, I don't have to be nice to you. I don't know you. The only conversation I've ever had with you was these DMs that we're about to look over. We weren't buddies. We didn't talk to each other about anything beforehand. I don't even do flat earth debunking. I'm not even part of that whole shtick. So whatever your fucking problem is with me and my shoulders, I can do you one better. I have a lot of patience. And I would be willing to allow you to come on to my channel and talk. I will unblock you. I will make sure that you are unblocked because you got blocked by
real quick.
my
Moderation. I need moderation. Okay. Ash, can you remove that comment you just made? For some reason, not letting me remove that comment. I don't want to talk about somebody's weight or their size, and because I don't want anybody to strike the channel for that. So Ashley, can you remove that? For some reason, I can't. It's not letting me remove it. I don't know why. It's letting me hide you. Well, obviously I wouldn't do. But I mean, can you just remove that one comment you just made? Because I just think so. One, it's not appropriate right here, and two, I don't want the channel struck because of that. Even though it's pretty innocuous, but would you do that for me, Ash? Thanks. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, wow, look at us being nice guys and protecting you. Mm.
Oh, and
no matter what you say about us,
tell him how much more we were going to protect him as well, which we, obviously we were not going to get to, but what we had talked about, make sure about protecting him.
We got some screenshots of you saying that it was negative exponents on a Facebook account that may or may not be actually using your real name, and we have made sure to go out of our way to hide that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're just shitty people like that, negative exponents. Shitty people that we literally, before we went on air, we're figuring out how we were going to be able to show something where we don't show your information.
That's why we were late.
That's one of the reasons we were late. So, hey, you're a shitty person, negative exponents, because you don't know what happens behind the scenes. And you don't know what's going on. But finish your train of thought there, what you're going to do there, Trish. I'm sorry.
So what was I saying? I was saying
what you're going to do. Going further.
I'm a nice guy. I've been willing to sit down and have conversations with Gary. I've been willing to have conversations with a plethora of assholes. I was even willing to have conversations with you and go and look at your dumb shit. If maybe since you're doing that DM slidey thing, it appears with Erin now, maybe it can be on her channel. Maybe it can be on my channel, and I can invite Erin on to maybe moderate for us if she's interested. But I would prefer a one-on-one, as I have demonstrated that I am very, very good at not blocking people who disagree with me. Like I have a 6-hour conversation with Gary that I think is more than sufficient to demonstrate that I'm not the asshole who's going around muting and hanging up on people while they're making a point. If you want to try to have a conversation with me and explain and justify your behavior, I am willing to offer you that. You know what my you creep me enough to be able to find my Discord.
And I want to make sure when you say one-on-one, that's not me. We're not saying, "Hey, come talk to me and somebody else," because a few people didn't understand.
No.
One-on-one means one with one. Doesn't mean one and two other people. That's three.
I would prefer a one-on-one, as in you will get into a Discord call. We will talk. You'll be able to hang up and leave whenever you want, or mute or stream it if you want to stream it. I don't care. I will be streaming it on my channel. It's the exact same offer that I gave to Unirock when he didn't show up for 8 hours. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure you can find or know my Discord tag. You are not blocked there. I will be sure to unblock you from the channel. This will be wholesome. We can maintain decent December.
Do it in December. Yeah, I was gonna say do it in December. Why she has to abide by her own thing by being decent. So you've got her at a disadvantage at this point because you don't want full chesh. Because if it happens in January, who's to say? But
I am kind enough that I am willing to give you as much charity as I possibly can, and we will sit down and we will discuss your misunderstandings. We'll look at your Twitter. We'll do exactly what Steve and I were doing here, and I'll say, okay, show me what it is that you think I have lied about or misrepresented. Tell me what it is. Show it on screen. Let's talk about it.
Which, by the way, Menace, that's the priority is supposed to do with Aaron, but we don't know when that's going to be. I mean, Menace has said he's going to go on Aaron, and again, for some strange reason, Menace is the priority for 3 years. Has had evidence that he hasn't bothered to show anybody, apparently. I guess, I don't know. But I'm like, sure. I'm being facetious, by the way. He already blew his load, but it's nothing. It's dust. So, but Menace thinks that he has things that he's already shown that somehow are just showing that we've somehow are horrible, miserable, shitty people. Okay, great. I encourage this. Go on Aaron's channel and show them and talk about it. I would love to see this. Now, Cheshire's offering negative exponents the same thing. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think that's very reasonable. It's more than I would have done. And
there's video evidence of me being able to treat you better than Unirock's ever been able to treat one of his detractors.
Absolutely. All right, go back to let's finish this up soon. So let's go back to this.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what he had said to me in DMs. Thank you so much for encouraging to make a public statement. It was the kick in the butt I really needed. This is referring to when he showed up in my live chat demanding that I look at his evidence to Sean. And I was like, just make a video then. You'd show it to me. You're not going to show it to me? Okay, make a video about whatever. I don't care.
Why did he care what you thought about Sean? You were never friends with Sean.
I don't fucking know.
It seems weird that he really cared about what you thought about Sean.
See, he wants to make a public statement. So I explained, a statement isn't going to help you. Bring a transcript / screenshots of your messages with explanations as to what was and how was whatever being said a threat, because he was saying that he was getting threatened. And give Reds permission to show the whole audio, because I guess he had some kind of audio or screenshot clipping saying that Reds was threatening him or what the fuck ever. Which there was no video or statement that ever came out about this, so I don't know what the fuck was up with that, because it was sure as hell wasn't in his video about Sean that nobody cared about that came out way after the fact. That's what will give you the best chance at making your case. I'm helping him. If you have shit to put out, this is how you do it in a way that is going to be palatable to people, that they will understand and believe what you're saying. Anything less than that, and you're going to get laughed at. I don't need to make a case with anyone. You're trying to convince people, though.
Yeah, if you're trying to convince just of anybody, you have what's called a burden of persuasion. So why would you even talk to her if you're not trying to convince her of anything? Why were you reaching out to her if you're not trying to convince her of anything? What's your whole point then? You want to convince her something about Sean.
Right, you wanted to convince me and other people that you were getting threatened by Red's rhetoric. Otherwise, if you weren't, why are you making a public statement about it?
I've still seen I have not seen any evidence
I've never
of this.
Seen
so what
this.
is it referring to? By the way, I'm not fronting. This is the first I've heard of this.
This is from what?
When did he accuse?
March of 2021.
Wait, when did he accuse Reds of threatening him? Because this is the first I have heard of this. You didn't mention this to me before.
This was when he was trying to show up in my live chat demanding I look at things with Sean and Reds, and he was saying that, I guess he was saying that Reds was trying to threaten him. Now, from my understanding, that situation was the one I described before, when Negative Exponents went to Reds saying, look at all this information I have on Sean, and Reds called him and set up a time, called him, and then Negative never showed up.
Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I mean, she said, okay, look, you guys got to understand, she sent me so much fucking shit this morning. It got so bad that we decided to try to do it a different way because I didn't have the ability to just, it was just way too much stuff. I didn't read any of this stuff. So this is literally the first time I'm seeing this.
Yeah. So I don't need to make a case with anyone. I've made it clear I won't be discussing the last fundraiser any further with anyone. Really? Because we were looking at screenshots from... We were looking at your Twitter from these past 2 months, and you're still bringing it up.
Wait, wouldn't that make him a liar?
That would make him a liar.
Negative Exponent. You really should stop lying. I mean, lying isn't really a good thing, man. I mean, you know.
You might have people that decide to stalk you for the next 6 years.
Should I change my bio to at least I'm not a liar like Exponents, or, you know, astronomically ethical like Negative Exponents?
No, you gotta give him a goofy Unirock nickname. That's what I did. I called him Negligent Exposer.
Yes, I mean, should I change my bio to, hey, negligent exposed to, you know, because he's a mean poopy head or something. I mean, come on, dude, you're not seeing a problem here that how creepy you're looking to people. I mean, you're not exposing anybody. The only thing you're exposing is that you have some issues, dude, and you get shit wrong, and you don't know how to contextualize, and you have some pretty crappy, shitty behavior, dude. That's what you're exposing yourself.
The only thing I will be discussing is what I said in my tweet. Good night to you. Then why are you messaging me? You're telling me that you going after somebody is my fault?
Yeah, I don't get this, because you're telling him, okay, show me this, and do it this way, and all of a sudden he gets passive aggressive.
Why are you here in my DMs?
Why are you here? What was the point of this, Negative Exponent? Why are you here sliding into her DMs like this? Because you didn't get the response you were expecting? Because, you know, Chess isn't a fucking moron. I mean...
The only response he ever gotten from me is, okay, show it then.
That's what we usually tell people.
Okay, and?
Well, I mean, he blew his load on the timeline. You can see how well that worked out for him.
It's
weird. And there's more.
Good night to you. I said, then enjoy being... I don't need to show anything to anybody. Then nobody's gonna care what you have to say.
You gotta show it, then who gives a shit? What the hell are you bringing it up for?
Then why are you bringing it up? Right. Then enjoy being the boy who cried wolf about threats. Probably correct that / correct your butt buddy about you, because other people were saying, like, making the claims based off of him, you know, as Unirock wants to do. Because it will end up following you either way. You don't get to just ignore things once it's out there. Yes, if you make a claim saying somebody is threatening you, people are going to be like, what the fuck, dude?
Because, buddy, I've never seen any evidence Rez has threatened you. So I would like to see that evidence as well. Please. Evidence. Please.
And when you try and do shit and keep going after people, eventually this shit comes back around, like in this stream, where people are like, why are you like this?
Again, I haven't looked at these because you sent me so much shit this morning. I didn't go through them. So he's saying, continue this. I am really paying attention here, seriously.
You don't get to just ignore things once it's out there. You should have learned this from Kyle. Shrugs, but hey, what do I know? Bye.
Good point. Yep.
Yep. And then, like, this was the the 12th, and this was 07/2021.
Dude, that's 4 months later.
I'm reaching for a link. I can set this up in 60 seconds. Everyone is watching this.
Okay, this had to be referred to something else, though.
This is from when Unirock was supposed to get in a call with me and reach out to me.
So he never gave me any evidence?
No, he just didn't say anything to me, just said, yep. And then I'm reaching out for a link. I can set this up in 60 seconds. Everyone is watching this. Which is when Unirock demanded to talk to me, and I said, okay, here's a time and place. I'll be live. And then I waited for him for 8 hours. And then at this point in time, God damn it.
Yeah, Streaming Live says, hi, I have some evidence he didn't threaten him. Yeah, shocker that he didn't threaten him. Interesting you have some evidence of that, because I would like to see that. But not that he needs exonerating evidence. The burden of proof is on Negative Exponents. But I mean, I'm not seeing any evidence from Negative Exponents here? What am I missing?
Just because Helios is a member and he sent me this, I will explain to you in my sing-song voice what he sent.
Okay.
Why you lying?
Why you
Why
lying?
you always lying? Stop fucking lying!
Why you all lying, Negative Exponents? Why you gotta lie, man? You ain't got a lie to play.
Apart, Lisa.
Fuck my life, man. This
So-
this is really. I swear to God, I've had a
So
headache
the
for 2 days
shtick
now.
was, I
I
was
wasn't
like,
serious,
listen,
'cause fuck,
Vinny
it does
Rock
hurt.
wants to have this conversation with me, and I was like, I'll be available at 4 p.m. until about this time. I can't remember what time I said. It was like 4 or 5 hours, and I'll be available. So I went, and Unirock said, I'm not available, I'm not available, I'm not available, and I went, okay, that's fine, I'll wait. So I was live, and I was waiting, and he was live on Periscope, and he was doing this, complaining that I was live waiting for him.
Yeah, I
And
remember
then
that.
his
I do
mods-
remember that.
And then his mods were trying to reach out to me, and I'm like, no. The deal was, here's my Discord link number account. Unirock can send me a message, and then we can start a call that is just the two of us in it. He can stream it on his channel. He has just as much control. Can stream it on my channel. I have just as much control. This is the most neutral this ever could be. I have no idea what the hell this man wants to talk to me about. And then his fucking mods start coming to harass me in DMs to try to get me to do things their way.
Mhm.
And so I had responded with, tell Uni to follow the instructions he was given when he asked for them, because he asked how to get in touch with me and get in a call
Not
with me.
complicated.
And I
She
said,
laid it out pretty clearly. I
"Here's
remember this
how."
exactly happening in real time. Yes. You waited. How long did you wait for him? It was a long time.
8
8 hours she waited for him.
Tell Uni to follow the instructions that he was given when he asked for them. You're welcome. I'll come on straight up. I wasn't there to talk to you, dude. Nobody asked to talk to you.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Why is it
Dude,
she
you're
was
a third stringer.
right? Why is she's supposed to have a conversation with Uni? Had fuck all to do with you, dude. Fuck all. And
Stop.
wasn't this when you were like literally like 8 hours later going, I don't think he's gonna.
No, that was
That's something
the
else.
16. No, that was the 16-hour stream when I was waiting for Negative Exponents.
Oh, that was Negative Exponents. Okay, I remember something like lines where she was just like, she streamed like for an entire day or some shit. 16 hours. I mean, seriously. She's like,
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think his video is gonna come out, guys.
I don't think it's going to happen. No shit. I could have told you that 15 and a half hours ago. Okay.
Astronomy Live says Negative Exponents also bragged in Discord DMs that he has all of my private information and blasted my full name to someone who didn't know it yet. He then denied doing it when I confronted him. He lied to my face about doing that, even going so far as to claim he double-checked all of his Discord DMs to the person and never did it. He panicked when I finally showed him that I had receipts.
Wow. If that's, again, I have no reason to doubt Astronomy Live. But again, there's evidence for that. I would like to see that, Astronomy Live. Show me, we send those machines. We'll do it on maybe on her channel or whatever.
We could do a follow-up. Hey,
Yeah.
tell you what, anybody who's got like creepy fucking weird-ass DMs from Negative Exponents, let's just do a marathon. and
Marathon
just
of Negative
look at
Exponents, you know? I mean, obviously, if he's sliding into how many people's DMs, they're not the only ones. So, Astronomy Live, get with Cheshire, and she'll do that on her stream. But by the way, like I said, hang on one second. I'm giving Negative Exponents an out. All he's got to do is apologize. Again, this is not blackmail. This is not a threat. This
giving
is just.
him an out.
Well, you're not
for
going to
you.
care at that point, right? We don't care if he apologizes and just moves on with his fucking life. And by the way, this is more for his benefit than anybody else's. And stops making
We don't
himself like an
care right
idiot. I
now.
don't. Yeah. Then we would have. Then probably I don't see Chess needing to go even going further to point out why he's still being an asshole. But if he's still being an asshole, then yeah, then everything's still into play, isn't it? Is that kind of how it works? I don't see a problem with that. You know.
Stop dodging. Everyone understands what's happening.
No, they don't, because clearly Unirock and you did it, man.
These are also were shown live because I was getting these DMs and I was talking about them trying to get into the call, and I'm like, I picked Discord for a couple of reasons, and one of them is that Unirock uses Discord for everything. All of his mods go in and out of their live streams using Discord.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what Unirock said that night? Oh, Discord's not working for some reason.
Yeah, but his mods were going in and out of Discord on the stream. That's brilliant, there, Unirock. Yeah.
Big brain.
Big brain.
Stop dodging. Yes, me, the one who's been live 8 hours waiting for Unirock to show up, is the one dodging. Yeah, okay.
Big brain.
Everyone understands. everyone understands what's happening. Yes, they do.
Yes, we
You
do.
can go and watch this. This is
I
still
remember
live.
that. I remember that.
This video's still up. You can find it if you. I'll link it in the chat. It was Dumbbeck Friday, and you want to know what I titled the video because I knew this was going to happen. It's titled "Hurry Up and Wait."
Yeah, I think. Did you start playing? Were you playing like a game, the South Park game during that stream, or League of Legends or something?
I might have been. I might have played some.
But it's just like dude, yes. Look, how hard is it for somebody who spends his life on Discord to find Cheshire on Discord, who, by the way, spends her life on Discord. She's on Discord a lot, I assure you.
No. I pinned my Discord information, like my account information,
but he could have figured it out
in that live stream.
So it was very clear that he did not want to have a conversation with you because you made it exceptionally easy for him. And then you have a third party that had nothing to do with anything trying to say, oh, no, I'll come in instead. Or, oh, well, do this, this, and this. And Chester's like, no, here's the link. All you got to do is join. Not complicated. Why you have to go through hoops for him?
I spent 2 hours playing TFT, and then I switched to looking at some Twitter stuff. Then I looked at Rattlechan's videos because that was fucking weird. Then I moved on back to Twitter for a little bit. Then we made a bingo board for the dumb shit Unirock says. Yeah, we straight up made a bingo board. I feel like I might have been no, that was it. And then, that's what we did that night.
And he says this. Wait, we finished the.
Oh, and then we were looking, and then we spent a little while, like an hour or so, looking at Reddit.
and here's the thing. At least tell Steve to unblock me so I can talk to him direct. Dude, you have me blocked, and you tagged me the other day. You tagged me behind your block to say that this wasn't my sock account, was what you said.
Yeah, why is he, after treating me the way he did, and after the way he treats me in public, and after all this shit, he sends me a message demanding that I should at least do something for him? Like, how entitled are you, dude? Come on.
No, hang on. He wasn't demanding. I mean, but still, it's like asking a request of you.
At least the least you could do for me is tell Steve.
The modicum you could do is tell Steve what?
Why the fuck would I tell Steve
I don't think you
to unblock somebody who is fucking stalking and harassing him and hanging out with the other people who stalk and harass him?
Why would I want an abuser to unblock somebody who's clearly not quite psychologically there? Why would I want to unblock that person? Dude, you are a threat to me when it comes to this. You are not a very stable person. You're a very stable genius, maybe.
Hey, you know what's kind of...
Why would I unblock you? Something's not right about you, dude. Something's not right.
Actually,
you go. Wait, hang on. He goes after Manya. He gaslights Manya. He slides into people's DMs. He's predatory, and he's asking you to tell me to unblock him, the victim of his cyber harassment here. Okay, whatever. Sure, that works. No, not going to happen.
Manya just dropping the fucking definition of equivalence.
Yeah.
Dude, you do not look good. You are not the good guy. Are we the baddies?
I mean, ask the audience. I mean, seriously, I really am curious here. How are we the bad people here? When negative exponents, these are your words. These are you trying to do these things, and we have obviously very coherent explanations that have been explained multiple times. And you're reading things non-contextually.
The least you could do for me.
I mean, but one thing if I said, "Hey, look, I have a PhD, and I'm lying," I come out later on, I don't have a PhD. That's one thing to call people out, right? We've done that for people that have said they have, like fight the flat Earth. I don't believe for a second he has the education he has, but nobody seems to care.
You mean like saying you have a business degree and then you took a side class in microbiology, but then also not getting anything about how business taxes work?
Yeah, so what is your education then, negative exponents? I'm curious.
Do you really
show us some of your education. I'm curious. I showed you mine. Show me some of yours, because I don't understand how you, as a business major, would take microbiology. I switched to business for a while because I took accounting, and I did take intro to biology and biology lab. I took
look
physics
at the one from fucking AP2.
I took a lot of different subjects that I changed my major. But you taking microbiology, why?
Look at how big this is.
That's not an intro course.
He sent poor Jared a fucking book. And then the bottom of the screenshot says you can no longer send direct messages, right? Like, I'm not going to go through all of this right now. We can maybe look at it another time. I can put the link. Here's a link to the tweet if you guys wanted to see it.
This is not normal behavior, negative exponents. Maybe you're missing social cues, and I'm trying to do you a favor here. I really am. I'm not trying to say I'm looking out for you because I don't give a flying fuck about you. But as a look, I can safely tell you, what you're showing on your timeline is not making me look bad. It's making you look like an unhinged idiot.
And your behavior
be
DM
problematic. When you're sliding into women's DMs saying this shit, trying to gaslight him, not a good look.
It's very cringe.
I mean, does the audience agree on that? I mean,
the giggle that I got out of this. Actually, let's ask the audience. Okay, audience, we asked at the beginning if you thought that negative exponents was just a troll, or if you thought he was an earnest person that was actually trying to figure out what was going on with things. So we ask you again, 1 or 2. 1, do you think he's an earnest person who actually thinks that there's something going on here? Or 2, do you think he's a disingenuous, gaslighting piece of shit?
Yeah, let us know. And here's the funniest thing. If they were to ask that kind of question in his thing with Jason, we don't know how they would answer. But we don't give a flying fuck what they think. Negative exponents, you should be giving consideration to what this audience is thinking right now. You really should. These are intelligent, articulate, educated, good people in my audience. And if you say otherwise, then you really need to reevaluate your understanding of ethics. But they, right now, I have a feeling, do not think you're looking very well here at all.
Well, Keon says negative deleted the evidence on Twitter that Chesh threatened people with physical violence. I got the tweet in my channel. Chesh never threatened anyone. Wow. Do you mean you didn't want us to go? Did you delete that before this stream so we wouldn't find it and look at it? Negative, I'm not sure. Astronomy Live also said, I have an undergraduate degree in micro/molecular. Mm-hmm. My uni has specializations in biotech, but the focus was biology, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. Just kind of weird. Yep. And it's almost like there's prerequisites, and a business major wouldn't have those prerequisites to just jump into microbiology for a girl they were chasing around. Simp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Astronomy Live does know what the fuck he's talking about. Trust me.
On the other hand, a little bit I wonder, I'm curious to know if negative exponents has a job working, if it's true that he has a job working as an accountant, if they've seen how wrong he gets information about taxes on Twitter, because they might take issue with something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you might have a problem with that, negative exponents, if you don't know the difference between business structure, which anybody can go look up, and structuring.
And on the other hand, there's a whole other thing here that's kind of a little bit stupid and funny. I just think it's funny. But if you look at the bottom here, you can no longer send direct. But he said something and then blocked Jared like a pussy. But then if you look over here,
dude, come on.
When 82 posted this, right? Negative exponents responded and said, you should have gone on and shown the rest.
Yes, I did see this part. I just
trying to make it seem like you succeeded in intimidating me. Bitch, you sent the last message
and then you
there.
blocked him.
And then you blocked him.
What was the rest there, negative exponents?
And then Jay Brown swings right in and said, what's the rest? I click the message and it says, you can no longer send direct messages to this person. That's generally the end of a DM when you're blocked, so what's missing? Why you lying? Why you always lying?
Oh my god, am I turning red? Oh my god, I think I'm red.
This is a lie. That's a straight up lie. I think I'm turning
red. Oh my god. This is like, I can't do this, dude. Seriously.
That is like, I'm willing to grant that. I'm willing to grant that maybe he doesn't remember this tweet. Maybe he doesn't remember this, right? Maybe. I don't.
By the way, fine. if I did turn red, don't cut that out. Don't beat me on that. Oh fuck, man, that was hard. I was dying.
I don't believe him that he just doesn't remember this. I think he's lying, but I'm willing to grant that and not argue about it if he doesn't remember this tweet. But this is a fucking lie.
This is straight up fuckery, dude. This is straight up fuckery. Why you lying, man? Why you gotta lie, man? This is literally him trying to lie to try to manipulate things in public. Going, hey, why don't you show the rest? Well, dude, you had the last fucking word that was shown, and you blocked him.
And why would that be him? Like, if he was going to cut it off to make it seem like you ran away, he would have cut it off at a one unread message. He would have cut it off here, not here,
not
dumbass.
for your response. Negative, just stop, dude. Just that meme of who was Magic Johnson going, just stop. This is, I think it's Magic Johnson, isn't it? But it's like, dude, stop. I mean, enough. You look like a moron. You acting like a moron. It's not a look for you, man.
I would like to special shout out to JM Truth and Negative Exponents to putting a video of themselves hanging out together for the thumbnail, and special thanks to Rider of Dinosaurs who put that little picture that I just screenshotted for him. So shout out to Rider of Dinosaurs. Woo! I'll put that video in. I'll put the link to that if anybody wants to go see that video.
Let's wrap this up because this hurts. I'm starting to get color back and able to breathe. This was the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. Negative,
dude.
You need help. You need to stop, man. Come on, I'm serious.
You Mick crazy. Like, look at this look at the videos. 2 months ago. Oh, okay. 3 months ago, rewriting history about fraud. Oh, I thought that thing you said you weren't going to talk about anymore.
Yeah, strange, right?
Oh.
I don't know anything about his video, so I've never seen any of this, so show me. Unirock fights.
A bunch of flat earther stuff, and then just wait, where's the video you supposedly made about me threatening somebody? Wait, where did that go? Did you delete it off of your channel because you embarrassed yourself? Oh,
so there was a video and it's gone?
It's gone now.
Yeah. Stop. Get some help. That's gonna be my tagline.
Hey, you know what else is
Stop.
gone?
Get some help.
Like, so is the one of me supposedly, like, oh, is that this one? Oh, maybe that's this one. That's this one. Okay, yeah, I looked at this one. That's when Misha Griffith lost her absolute goddamn mind.
Yeah, you know what? My advice to you, Negative Exponents, go back to flat earth stuff, man. Like, look, I'm not going to even bother with you after this, probably. I've had my fun. I pointed out the shit that you got wrong, and there's so much more. I mean, it's just a fraction. But, I mean, Cheshire, she's not as nice. You know what's so funny is Cheshire's trying to be nice and shit like that. I'm nicer than Cheshire, so even her niceties is still not as nice as I actually am, regardless of what you think you believe. I assure you, I'm the nice one.
That's one of the weird things about, like, if you notice Negative Exponent's behavior, he gives off, like, serious nice guy vibes, where he's just like, oh, I'm nice to you, you stupid bitch, because you didn't react the way I wanted you to. It's
and Simon Line points out something that is very true. He says, he took molecular and microbiology, he said. So surely he had taken the prereqs of biology, chemistry, and organic chemistry. Not an easy gauntlet for a science major. Yeah, you don't just jump into some of these courses, right? I didn't take microbiology because I didn't have the prerequisites and I didn't need it for my thing. But I took biology.
It really makes it puts it into perspective that this guy and his friends were trying to say that Manya was lying about her engineering degree to then just whip out to say, like, just as a side course, I took microbiology.
Yeah, for funsies because of a girl that I want to be in her class. That's not how it works.
Weird projection, bro. You should probably apologize to, like, a lot of people.
Yeah, why you lying, man? Why you gotta lie?
My goal is to expose certain...
But this makes no sense.
I thought the fucking discount or ripoff of Uni's naming scheme of calling him negligent exposer is pretty good.
I tell you what, Negative.
His exposés are shitty.
If you want to just deductive, some of my original videos have to do with electron transfer chain and has to do with mitochondrial and ATP synthase, right? Adenosine triphosphate and nucleosynthesis, and I have a lot of videos on biology. Why don't you go do that kind of stuff? Why don't you evaluate what my videos? That'd be cool. Why do you give a shit about what happened in the GDC 6 years ago that you've gotten wrong all this time, or what happened to Nate that you got wrong all this time? Why don't you do something productive and maybe educate people in microbiology if you had a course in that? I have videos about biology.
Believe it or not, you could just, like, tomorrow just decide to not talk about Steve anymore.
Now, again, we know that's not going to happen. But it's highly recommended. And that's not a threat. It's just, dude, this is not a good look for you. We're concerned for you. We're concerned for you. That's I don't give a flying fuck.
Oh, yeah. I'm worried that you might do something bad to yourself because of something I've done.
I don't want you to feel depressed or anything because we basically showed you not to be a piece of shit. I don't want to feel bad, because of something we did to show you being a piece of shit to a whole bunch of people. And
Don't talk about me talking about you.
Gaslighting
You're
a
gonna
friend of
make me
mine. We didn't want to show that.
My goal is
Krebs cycle.
to-
We had to learn about the Krebs cycle, which is the citric acid cycle and pyruvate. Yeah, I had to memorize that shit. And by the way, I don't remember it. I couldn't tell you shit about the
He knows
Krebs
big
cycle.
words.
Well, I remember pyruvate's done, and I remember it's like 7 steps in glycolysis and glycogenesis.
My goal is to expose certain frauds that are members of the anti-intellectual movement. Recently, that has included investigating fraudulent fundraisers in the community.
It's not. First of all,
Bro.
it wasn't his community. Second of all, there was only one fraudulent. Well, no, there's 2 fraudulent fundraisers. There was Ilya Moon's, and there was Kyle's. Sean's wasn't really fraudulent. It was just he did some stupid shit.
What's a fraud,
he could. Yeah, the
I don't like
fundraiser itself
Sean.
wasn't fraudulent. It was what it was supposed to for. Yeah.
If I thought I could get away with calling
Right.
Sean a fraud, I absolutely would.
Right, and I know she
Okay.
would. She's not somebody to defend Sean by any stretch of imagination. But put into perspective, the fundraiser wasn't fraudulent. But Ilya Moon certainly would. And what happened when they found out Ilya Moon did a fraudulent fundraiser? Oh, they distanced themselves.
Where is she?
Yeah.
Where is even Sean? Oh, weird. That's funny. Who still tries to hang out with Kyle as much as they possibly
Which was
could,
a-
even after the fraudulent fundraiser?
Who supported
and
that
the
fraudulent
theft,
fundraiser? Unirock.
and the domestic violence.
That's you, negative exponent. You're literally associating yourself with somebody who helped Kyle with a fraudulent GoFundMe, which, by the way, even Menace, I think, even acknowledged it was a fraudulent GoFundMe.
He's not even just associating with, you're bolstering,
enabling.
boosting, helping, and assisting this person in doing so, and then going to that guy's victims in behind the scenes to gaslight them.
So let's do a
It's
recap. Let's do a recap,
so
Jess.
fucked up.
You see if you agree or disagree.
Yeah.
Let's do a recap. One, this is all using his usage, his way of thinks he's a critical thinker, right?
Okay, got it.
One.
Yep.
He has defended pedophilic priests in the Catholic Church.
Yep.
He has supported fraudulent GoFundMe and the people that have supported a fraudulent GoFundMe.
Yes.
He has actively supported a person who was arrested and charged with domestic abuse. He hasn't been found guilty yet, but I think he's going to plead that. But but on video, he's definitely, it shows him beating up his boyfriend.
There's like a whole other person that had a domestic violence charge that went through that he's supporting, but neither here nor there.
Okay.
We didn't talk about that today.
So far, he's a pedophile apologist, a fraud apologist, and a domestic partnership abuse apologist.
Well, he's also supporting Fiona.
So that would be a rape apologist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what else? What else we got?
They're
gonna run with that, by the way. But that's all. Go look at Cheshire stuff of that. She makes all that kind of argumentation on columnally and obloquy. Not my shtick to argue that.
It's linked in the.
But she explains that on that. So, but go ahead.
Yeah.
What else? So what else? Because again, we're using his brilliant big brain reasoning here.
Misogyny.
Oh, that's actually a given. I don't think that's hyperbolic. I think he might be actually misogyny.
Body shaming.
Body shaming. That's good. So that's good. Mm-hmm.
Racism.
Where was that at?
Powder.
Oh, that's pushing it. That's pushing.
Hey, we're using his reasoning.
Yeah, even then, that's pushing it. I think. Come on.
You really you literally like you saw what he said about you. If we're using his reasoning,
God damn it!
You have a hard time doing what he does.
I really do. I can't think like an idiot like that. EMP for 10 pounds.
He literally showed a screenshot saying you wanting to pay your taxes and for saying that you're not paying your taxes and then saying at the underneath and not highlighting the underneath part saying you paid all your taxes. Dude, I think this counts as racism as far as he would be concerned if it was you doing it.
I'm gonna be neutral on this particular one for right now, okay? EMP for 10 pounds. EMP for 10 pounds. EMP for 10 pounds. Here, some microbiology, human feces is 80% microbes that I mentioned in my previous vid on negatives nonsense. So I guess he's not even human since he's very fecal. Yeah, that's true. By the way, this is a caffeine corner, so all these super chats are being split with Cheshire. She does get a proportion of it. I do owe her some money, but she has, because she's Canadian, she has to reach a certain threshold because it costs money to send her money. But yeah, she is getting paid for this. So I think that's like one of the reasons I actually do like doing the caffeine corners and the Jesmer's calls. Is I like making sure that Cheshire is taken care of. And you muted.
I said, oh, especially for all the work I do for you in the background.
Exactly. Yeah, I make sure you're taken care of.
Oh,
You're
Athen
appreciated.
said
You're appreciated.
this is actually a big one. Athen makes a good point. Neg didn't expose the Bull's ghost lies he said that he would.
Well, I mean, I can only guess who that was. I think I have an idea.
Yeah, but it sounds like Negative Exponents knows who it was and what they were saying, and said that they would expose them and then didn't.
Really? I
So,
don't know anything about that.
I guess we're going into weaponizing dead friends.
Dead people. Oh, that's brilliant.
And no, wait, because keep in mind he's also supported Unirock and Batty, meaning that he is also cool with calling other people's coroners to try and convince them that there was more going on to somebody's case while accusing their friends of murder.
Yeah,
So
but that's not even being hyperbolic. That he has obviously
that happened.
Yeah, that happened, and he's actually cool with that. So, okay. Again, Negative Exponents, you're not exposing anybody else but yourself. You're just not. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, man.
I am actually going to go ahead and rescind my offer to have a conversation with you.
Because you're a piece of shit.
I kind of changed my mind.
I've given you the offer. Now I'm taking it back because you're just too much of a piece of shit.
Like I just don't think that there would be any productive conversation to have. Tell you what, Negative, if you think that you can have a conversation that you're actually willing to sit down and hear out how wrong you actually are, if you actually have listened to this video and understood and can demonstrate that you've listened to this video and understood, then I will be open to having a conversation.
No, I think that's reasonable.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, that's reasonable. All right, I think we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up with a song. Sliding in your DMs. Gaslighting all your people.
No, you got to rhyme it. Sliding in your DMs. Gaslighting all your friends.
Gaslighting all your people.
I don't know. I can't sing. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this. This was a Caffeine Corner special edition. We got some other stuff coming up, but I don't know what it is, and I don't really care. But Chester, what do you got going on? Then we're gonna.
I don't know. I'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.